Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
All right. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it. Here we go. We are in the building. Let's get ready to go. I see Fantastic is down in the back chat, about to bring him up momentarily. Let's see who we got in here. I got to start getting tired from running up and down stairs. I'm getting old and fat. Even though I've been on that elliptical lately, I've been back on it. I've been back on that workout. But shout out to everybody that made it in the building bright and early. See the God in the building. Shout out to you. Barry Little in the building. Daryl L. II says peace to the chat. BR and Mr Fantastic Stoic 1 in the building. Deacon Dave in the building. He says, what up, chat? BR and BABG. Shout out. We got Aaron B says, Mr Fantastic. Wake and Bake in the building. C Gully in the building. Antonio. Oh shit. Kalukango. I think I said that right. Shout out to you, Mr. Shane Vicious in the building. Shout out to you, Mr. Shane Vicious. I will not dignify the reading of that statement. Be Mr. Coontastic. Oh shoot. They out here on you. They had me going and bring them up. People talking shit already. Let me just go on and bring him up. People already talking shit. Let me go on and get it started. All right. Yeah. The BABG is in the building. What is going on?
Yo, what up, bro?
What's up? What you doing with that fancy mic over there, man? What you doing with that?
Hey, man, it ain't fancy. It's just, apparently it's cheap. So I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, what is that? What kind of mic is it?
I think it's the MV7. It's it's what you got. You can do either. It's both. You can do the analog or you can do the fucking USB. So whatever.
Okay.
I listened to an actual tech guy that this shit's been out for like 2 years, or like a year. It's been out for a while. So, anybody that had been talking about it for a year, they're kind of late. And more likely than not, they just listen to somebody else as an actual expert. Like, Marcus Brownlee. Marcus Brownlee takes something and he gives you the actual text and specs of it. He doesn't grab a piece of paperwork and just say, oh, there's papers in here and, whatever. And you tell you what the mic looks like. But, actual tech experts give you the specs and things of the mic. So, just saying.
Right on. Completely off the subject of what we're going to talk about. I think I heard you mention, because I know you be showing clips of you playing basketball. Did I hear you mention that you can still dunk?
I'm on tape dunking like a week ago.
I know,
at 275 pounds.
Yeah, I know. Like 2 years ago, I saw you dunk, and it was kind of like a rim gazer, but you got it in there. But I'm sitting there.
Stop it, Bernard. Stop it. Not no rim gazer, bro. Stop.
No.
I'm not Vince Carter. I'm not Vince Carter in East Bay and 360 windmilling. But again, bro, I'm not a professional athlete. People, I'm a dad. I work. You know what I mean? And I find ways to stay in shape. So if you can dunk, this is what I say, Bernard. All of you guys that are better than me, and you're 37 years old, and show your takes. I mean, what happened to show your work, man? Why am I the only nigga that's got to show his work? I'm just confused. I
ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't been able to dunk in a long time.
I'm just saying, Bernard, everybody can outlive me, Bernard. People can outdunk me. I can't play. All this stuff, man, and nobody ever shows anything, bro. What happened? Bring back show your work. Show your work 2021, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I was impressed 2 years ago when I saw you post a video of you dunking, and if you closing in on 40, I don't care how tall you are. If you ain't no current athlete and you closing in on 40 and you still can dunk, no, that's
oh yeah, I'm dunking at 40. I'm not gonna be done at 40. Like I said, I'm doing this. I'm gonna be shooting a basketball from a wheelchair or a hospital bed, bro. Again, just me.
Yeah. Gotta give you props on that one, definitely, and hands down. Because I know last time I tried to just to check back. Let me make sure I could still jump up and grab the rim. Man, I jumped up. I felt click at all in my life. I was like, I'm done.
Oh shit!
It was like when I went up to go try to dunk. It was like I heard that Ricky, like somebody shot me in the legs on the way up, man. I was done, man. So yeah, my jumping days are over. So yeah, shout out to you if you still got it. But we got 100 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We about to get into this. I was shocked when this came back up because I thought Negroes was done with this police need to quit, go on strike type of stuff. And when you had Randy, like I had heard it a little bit, and then when you had mentioned it to me, yeah, I looked up some stuff on it, and I was like, man, they still talking about this. So go ahead and just you can pick it up wherever you want to start at. What prompted you to even want to talk about this with these? So yeah, go ahead, you got it.
I bet. So of course, in the few times where Fantastic was wrong and everybody jumped on the thing, hey, can't get them all, man. Can't win them all. Michael Jordan got 6 championships, but he played for like 18 seasons. Just saying, can't win them all. So, everybody came in here, oh, you was wrong, you was this, you was that. So I say, yeah, you know what, man? You know what? And people keep having these emotional approaches to the police officers and the police force. And everybody can tell the police what they need to do. But, nobody's out here being police. So, especially this being a red pill space. And a lot of times, I'm seeing all this feminine energy for some reason. I'll just compare it to like a relationship where like the woman doesn't appreciate the man, right? Where like you're paying the bills, you're protecting, you're providing, you're being there for emotional support. If you're a dad, you're being a good dad, but yet and still, she still wants more. Shout out to Zero, right? I want more. So what's the only thing you can do? Well, you leave or you pull back and you stop doing the things that you were doing for her, and you get her to see just how much you're doing and how important you are to the relationship in her, because she's obviously not appreciating it. So the fact that the American public is one of the most spoiled, man, and just so unappreciative and entitled societies on the planet, if not the number one, the police officers need to do that nationwide, just so people can see just how important law and order really is. Everybody thinks that they're Rambo or they're the universal soldier or they're Batman or whoever the hell it may be, right? Like you got these superpowers and shit gonna hit the fan and they're just gonna, either You know, you ain't got to shoot nobody with no knife. You can wrestle them, you can tussle them, you can. Well, hey man, by all means, in those 72 hours, you'll be able to show all of your excellent hand-to-hand combat skills. Not to mention, if you have a firearm, you're able to show your marksmanship and all these different things. And that's the only way that this would be set up in a realistic situation, as to where people stop disrespecting the police officers and stop taking them for granted for the things that they provide. Your grandma is prime pickings. Your mama is prime pickings. Your fine ass sister with the light, the long hair, thick red bone, she's prime pickings and a main target for any type of, criminal predator out here. Especially if she got a little kid. Shout out to George Floyd. The same guy that y'all were caping for that robbed a young lady while her toddler was in the thing. Again, we got to stop saying it. The woman was not pregnant, people. She was not pregnant. So let's say this properly. He robbed a woman while her toddler was in the building. He did not put the gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. Let me apologize for saying misspeaking on false evidence or false information. But the woman did have a toddler in the room while the robbery is going down. Okay. So for all of you people that are you George Floyd supporters, for the 72 hours, you would get to support a whole bunch of George Floyds as they rob your mama, your grandma, your sister, your auntie, and hell, who knows? They might just take a little bit farther than robbery, But you guys would be all right and okay with it because this is your God. The angel wings and the halo, George Floyd. This is the person you guys are going to bat for. Okay, and Bernard, I have plenty of I'm gonna use some screen shares for me there, Bernard.
Oh yeah, good. Go and get them screen shares.
Let me get these screen shares ready for you, Bernard, because it's funny to me. Yeah, go ahead and do the super chat, bro.
Oh yeah, shout out to Clue in the building with the first super chat. Says shout out to Bernard Riley and Mr. Fantastic. Appreciate you coming on through, jumping it off. Clue, appreciate you.
All right, you can't hear me?
Oh no, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So, so look at this, Bernard, and I challenge the actual men here, to just do a little experiment. And I've been doing this experiment, I say now for about, I want to say 8 months or so, as to where all the major places I've ever been or I've lived, I just keep up, and I occasionally, I say once a month or once every 2 months, I check in on crime things and see what happened. Of course, I'm from Macon, Georgia. Mactown, stand the fuck up. So I keep up with things that go on back home in Macon and in Georgia, surrounding areas. I was stationed in Norfolk for a total like 5 years. And then I've been down here in Jacksonville for 8 years, and I'm back down here to finish this thing out. So what I do is I keep up with the crime, especially since, I'm a black dude, black areas or whatnot, to see what's going on and just to see just how much that the mainstream media doesn't talk about. And it's ironic that we had this whole knife thing happen, right? Where everybody's a knife expert, as to where this Georgia deputy was in the process of transporting a criminal in handcuffs, Bernard. Let me reinstate. In handcuffs. Man was handcuffed. 2 other deputies. And this man was able to wrestle. You see this guy? Let me see. You don't. This is an in shape officer. My bad. Hold on. Where we at? There we go. This guy's in shape.
Scroll down. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this guy's in shape. He's not some fat, out of shape, whatever. This is an in shape guy. And again, let me see. A handcuffed inmate.
Hold on. Go back up, son. So the brother, the black dude, is the one who got
who got killed.
Okay,
yes,
because want to make it okay. Damn.
All right, so a handcuffed inmate stabbed two, count them 2. Help me make sure I highlight for y'all. It might be a little too small, but I can't make it too big. I'm sorry, I'm working on one screen, y'all. I'm in this hotel room. Stabbed 2 sheriff's deputies inside a Georgia jail, killing one with his own knife. Albert DeWitt Booz, 22, attacked the deputies early Tuesday as he was being moved to a suicide watch after saying he wanted to harm himself in the Bibb County Law Enforcement Center in Macon, Georgia. Sheriff's officials say several deputies escorted Booz to an observation cell. According to the statement by Bibb County Sheriff's Office, Booz was able to obtain a knife from one of the deputies and use his own knife to kill the deputy. Now, this is what I can tell you guys. I don't know the guy, but more likely than not, I'm willing to bet that he's not 6'5", 6'6", like 240-ish pounds. Okay, more likely than not. You know what I'm saying? But for all you knife experts out there, hey, just grab the knife. No gun needed. No, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. next time you see and this is a grown man, so make sure you guys follow suit and tackle the grown man with a knife and see what happens. But anyway, seriously, RIP to this black officer that, again, mainstream media, even though the New York Post posted this, you didn't see this on CNN, Black Lives Matter not supporting this, no one cares. And the big problem issue we have here, especially from black police officers, when you have the black police officers that are doing what we claim we want to do, right? Police our own neighborhoods, and they become victims of, criminals, piece of shit niggas that ain't about nothing, don't give a damn, and are willing to fucking kill anybody, including the police. Again, where is Black Lives Matter marching for him? For this man that's doing exactly what needs to be done, where black men are policing black communities. No one cares. Where are you niggas at, talking about, hey, man, we need to do something about these criminals. We keep talking about what we need to do about the police, but we're not talking about what we need to do about crime, especially when black people, again, have the highest motherfucking proximity crime. Fuck the proximity crime. Black on black crime higher than any other fucking demographic, when, again, it's 6 times more white people than there are black people. Yet we're only like 400 murders behind white people when it comes to intra-racial killings. All right. And that's murders, not to mention homicides. You go to homicides, it's way bigger. I think we even lead white folks. Okay. And this is just one. Again, so for all you emotional niggas that's out here bitching and whining like your mamas, I hope you got your shit together. Because, again, I got proof and fucking facts and evidence to back up what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. Furthermore, let's go on to number 2, Bernard. Let's switch up to this one.
All right. See, all you niggas. Capone, hold on. We got E. Capone in the building with the $5. Shout out. I've heard. Okay, yeah. I'm glad you said the proximity crime, but then you just went on and doubled down and just went on and called it black on black. It is the case that based off everything that I've seen, when it comes to the violent crimes, the crimes people need the most protection from, yeah, that's when the numbers spike up in the hood. There's no way around that one, and that's an issue. Brother Xavier sent me something showing something about how black cops, what did it say? Black cops aren't better for black communities just because they have the same skin color. That it's really no difference when we talking about black. Yeah,
they proved that with Freddie Gray. That was proven with Freddie Gray. That's proven in any predominantly black city where there are black cops. And again, who are the problem? Are the criminals the problem, or are the police the problem? Again, it's easy for cowards, and I'm going to say it again, cowards, people that have never even protected themselves or had to do anything as far as be in a leadership position or hold people to a standard of law and order, or just even a standard of doing the right thing. It's easy for people to sit back and Monday quarterback. But as soon as these people get their car broken into or their house broken into, who they gonna call, Bernard? Are they gonna take their guns and go out there and hunt down the criminal that stole their shit? No, you gonna call the fucking police, bro. You gonna call the police, and we've proven it. The police were called with Jacob Blake. What happened? By the same woman that claimed whatever, the baby mama that called the police on them. All right, was the same baby mama that gave the interview to the news. Oh, they just shot him. Bitch, you called the police on him. The little girl, the girl that just got killed recently. It's up in the air whether she called or her younger sister called, because some people are saying her younger sister called. Some people are saying that she called. But however it was, the police were called. Why are y'all calling the police? Stop calling the police. Handle it yourself. If you a shooter, you got goons, you just this thug ass motherfucker, you got hands, you got knife skills. Hey man, handle it yourself. And then let the police come after the fact. Don't call them while the shit's going down. You got all this motherfucking energy. Handle it.
Yeah. After the fact, it's always the police came and they did this horrible thing that you damn near called them to come do it. So I mean, yeah, that blows my mind. That blows my mind with it, and it's hard to get past that one. But hold on, real quick. We got my man Chief Rocker in the building. Says, "Peace be Riley, Mr Fantastic824." He said, "With the title of the show, you got to have a current, former, and retired LEOs come through to give their perspective. Have a great show." Yeah, I was plotting on having a show like that where I get some get some actual cops on here. I know Pablo is the closest thing I've had. I mean, well, Charles Faulkner, he take the link here and there. So yeah, I was planning on doing the show where we chopped it up with cops and just asked a lot of tough questions and got their perspectives on it. But yeah, you're definitely right on that front right there. Where we at? Shout out to you.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything. You.
Falcon Black in the building. Appreciate the $5 super chat. He said, plenty black policemen in Nigeria, they whipping fellow brothers out in the streets in front of their wife and kids. Yeah, I have heard that the Nigerian police officers can be pretty rough out there. I have heard that. Don't know for sure if it's true. And shout out to Snuggles in the building. He says, you all better donate more and leave the $5 okay people. Mr. Fantastic, what happened to the young man who got shot in Duval? But before we even get an answer to that, we gotta properly acknowledge Snuggles.
Hi, I'm Snuggle. Snuggly softness. That's really less expensive.
Shout out to Snuggles in the building, the $5 super chat champion of the world. What was the question that she had put?
She talking about somebody that got shot in Jacksonville. Which one, Snuggles? I mean, I hate to be funny, but which one? I don't know. I mean, niggas get shot every day, B. And that's the thing about it. Shout out to Snuggles, the current $5 champion. She took over Dollar Wash's spot, but Dollar Wash is back in the building, so she better watch out. Two people I would never ever want to play in a game of dominoes, by the way. But listen, yeah, it's plenty of shootings. So Snuggles, you gotta be more specific. I actually got a story on that. That's the one that came up, and I'll repost it later. But it keeps playing videos and stuff, so I don't want to mess with the audio. But there's actually like a whole gang war thing going from Jacksonville all the way to parts of Georgia. So I'll get to that at some point in time. But if you can share my other screen, Bernard, I got plenty of screen shares today, baby.
Oh yeah, good. I like it.
Plenty of screen shares, bro.
Let's go.
Today, again, like I said, man, to you emotional niggas that think like your mama, okay, what are you gonna do about this? Okay, are you guys, do you have your pistols? Are you ready for this? And again, this man right here, all right, had a firearm. He was getting shot at by 3 different dudes and ended up losing his life. Remember this? We talked about this for like a blip. I know I covered it. Shout out to Bitcoin L covered this. Where were all the black people to talk about this retired police chief in Chicago that was robbed? They tried to rob him for his Jeep. I think he had an SRT Jeep or whatever it was, you know, one of these Dodge things that everybody is willing to die and kill for right now. All right. This man was gunned down, man. All right, but look at this. How you gonna win against this? 1, 2, 3 motherfuckers with guns to shoot you and steal your shit. No one talked about this. Where was this man's fucking what's name? And y'all are gonna march with. If so, the police would have killed one of these pieces of shit. Y'all gonna march for him? BLM gonna march for him too? And again, this is just one of many. Y'all forgot about the 2 little black girls that killed the fucking the Asian man. The Asian man they just killed, robbing and stealing his car the other day. So again, what are we going? What are y'all gonna do? When are y'all niggas gonna put on? What is your superhero name, nigga? You vigilantes out here that don't need the police. You can't be Batman. Batman is taken. All you got to bring up with. Are you gonna be nigga man, dark man?
They gonna be blank man. I
need to know these superhero vigilante names you niggas are gonna come up with once the motherfucking police stop, and how you guys gonna reduce this crime.
They're gonna be out there running around hitting people with Homie the Clown socks and shit. But all right, shout out to SKC in the building. He just reminded me of something. But shout out. Yeah, I thought about getting with you and SKC to talk about this Asian hate thing. I think SKC is qualified to speak on that one, but real quick, he says just train cops longer, provide sensitivity training, Black history education, child care, jiu-jitsu, kung fu, MMA, and what is that? Krav Maga. Krav Maga. I don't know nothing about that one. He says, oh yeah, still pay them $40K. Right on. Real quick, off subject, this old Asian hate thing, it's depending on who you ask, you get a different story. What's your take on that? Is it just niggas doing bad stuff to Asians, or is it just some overblown BS? Like, what's the deal with that?
Well, no, it's not overblown. It's a strategic plot by the media and society as a whole to make black people the racist they claimed everybody else was for years. Again, Asians they're more of an asset to society than black people. I know you niggas might get emotional with that, but again, if you guys didn't know, Asians are important. Why? Because Asians make the most of any demographic in the country. So you have the highest paid demographic in the country that's experiencing a small uprising and violence against them. They have the money, they have the politicians in their pocket, they have the power for all of these major cities and things. So what do they get to do? They have the bigger pulpit and they get to call the shots and again turn you niggas into the racists y'all always claim white people were. That's why I told you can't ride that racism train for too long, man, because them tickets change hands real quick.
Yeah, I just find it odd. See, normally when a ethnic group is trying to play the victim card, is normally something that they want, that they're trying to get. And I'm just trying to figure out what the hell do Asians want? That's what I don't get with them playing the victim card. That's what I've been trying to figure out with this one. Sun is hot, Ra in the building. Appreciate the $5. Says nigga man in the game gang. Shout out to you. y'all are silly with that shit. All right. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, and if you get into this article right here, and let me do this so you guys can look at this at your leisure in the chat. A second, where we at? Oh shit, it didn't show the thing.
Well, hold on. Let's deal with this one real quick. Panther guy saying, so now we care about the community. I'm on record saying I care about outcomes of black people, but respond to that one. He's saying, so now you care about the community.
Well, again, shout out to Panther God, but again, bro, I have to inherently care about the community because I have children. Again, I don't know if Panther God has children or not, but he speaks like one of these niggas that don't have kids. Okay. And my kids are more likely to be a fucking victim, or me, myself, is more likely to be a victim of a nigga ever than he is from the fucking police, bro. So I have to care. I have to pay attention. Again, this is why I'm doing what you're not doing, Panther God. Panther God, can you tell me where you're from the last time a black man was killed by a black man, Panther God? Can you give me the stats on how many black men been killed in the last month where you're from, Panther God? Or do you not give a fuck and you only watch the news when the media tells you to watch what a white man did to a black man? You tell me, Panther God. Like I told you, I've been doing this shit for over 8 months and keeping up with fucking the shit. Like I said, I'm about to get to the coup de grace on the next one just to further prove my fucking point. And you niggas don't give a damn and don't call out these piece of shit niggas that y'all march for fucking Black Lives Matter when they become a motherfucking victim of a fucking police officer doing their job. I don't give a shit about these sorry ass niggas. Fuck them. But I gotta keep my eye on them so I don't get my motherfucking wig pushed back or my kids don't become a victim to the bullshit.
All right, Devil's Bane in the building says every ethnicity has been a victim at some point, and the media decided it's Asian Americans' turn. That's what it's looking like, but I don't. Yeah, it just seemed out of nowhere. I did a little research on it, but I didn't do no content on it. But I was thinking about getting with SKC because I know I heard him say some stuff about that. Getting with you doing a collab, you and SKC on that one. But go ahead, you got it.
Hey man, I'm with it. Well, just the most important part of this is carjackings more than tripled last year. It's hundreds of percentage up when it comes to carjackings. And for you all guys that know, we're all in the age of the infamous New Jersey drive, right? The thing about a carjacking, man, is carjacking can turn violent or deadly in a split second. But again, who's gonna protect you from a fucking carjacking? Who's gonna get your car back if your car is stolen? Okay, all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's just so much shit to where these emotional ass niggas, they excuse the bullshit, which is again, show me where police killings have tripled in the last year. Can you show me that? No, you can't. Actually, police killings have went down exponentially over, I think, the last 5 years. You've had less and less black men or people overall being killed by police unjustly. Okay, So again, this whole fucking bullshit, bro, is like, why is this energy so one-sided again when this is simple mathematics? You niggas care about the maybe 20, not even 30 black people that are killed by the police on the yearly, right? That are shot and killed by the police, and that's a combination of just and unjustly, right? But y'all don't give a damn about the two plus thousand per year. And then, like I said, shout out to my the guy, Officer Tillman from Breaking Barriers. 163 children killed this year. How many of y'all can name just 10 of them? Huh? How many of y'all can name 10 of the children that were killed, not 2020, in 2021? And I'm glad that this black, my bad, go ahead.
That number again, what's that number?
163. 163.
Killed from typically what?
Nigga shit.
Because typically when
shootings killed. Yes.
Because when I hear kids dying, it's typically the parent did something stupid, left
the
kid in the car.
Shootings.
Not drop the baby on the head or nothing like that. Shootings. All right. Yeah, that's crazy.
The most infamous one going on right now is a poor young girl, Jocelyn or Jacelyn, I think her name is, in Chicago. And you got bitches actually defending this, man. It was another one where a toddler was shot in Chicago, I guess, even after that. And no one cares. People are out here defending the killers of children, all right? And junky ass pieces of shit niggas before they defend the victims. And the police just simply try to do their jobs. Again, bro, I'm not a back to blue guy. I'm not a motherfucking pro-police guy. I know the importance of fucking law and order, bro. I know the importance of structure. I know I'm a military nigga, but this is what I can tell you again, bro. For all you military hating niggas and you law and order hating niggas, what have you, you will not survive in the anarchy you think you won't. You just would not do it. You wouldn't. You're not cut out for it. You don't have any of the life skills needed to do and operate in this motherfucking Mad Max and Thunderdome you guys keep asking for. But it's funny to me, y'all are worse than females, man. Men are supposed to know better.
Shout out to Michael Merriweather in the building. He says you ninjas are scared to call out Lil Pookie because he might come and air you out, but the police won't. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. All right. Oh, you got another one ready to go. All right.
Yep. And this one right here, Bernard, is the one from Norfolk, Virginia, for where the young girl, Honesty, last year, she was shot by AR-15 or assault rifle round, and she survived, Bernard. Somehow, the baby, an infant. Look at this shit. How many of you, where was Black Lives Matter for a baby getting shot? Where was Black Lives Matter? Where were you niggas? This is what I be talking about, man. Y'all are fucking out here hitting the drum and marching down the streets and burning down black businesses and killing other black people over a piece of shit nigga. All right. And who, how did he get, what does that say? Bernard, what does that say? Norfolk police charge. How does someone get charged, Bernard?
What do you mean? How does somebody get charged?
How do you end up getting charged?
If you commit the crime, get arrested, and
you get arrested. Who arrests people, Bernard?
Oh yeah, the police.
Wow. So damn, a baby girl that got shot by some piece of shit nigga is apprehended by the police. Where was the fucking applause, the celebrations, the hey man, great job, policeman, for catching this fucking scourge of the earth piece of shit that obviously doesn't care about anybody's life and getting them off the street? Of course not. Because you niggas are emotional and y'all want some shit you don't really want. Y'all claim y'all want this shit, bro. Y'all would not survive out here in the jungle like you think you would. You just wouldn't, bro. Most of y'all, again, can I do a quick poll, Bernard? Can we do a fantastic poll?
Right on. Yeah, I know. I like that. The fantastic poll.
So I want y'all to be honest right now. We got how many people in the building, Bernard? I don't know. I'm not on the stream.
It is 346 in the building.
All right, so 346. So I need you to put a 1 in the chat if you own a firearm and a 2 if you don't. 1 in the chat if you own a firearm, 2 if you don't. Just curious. Because again, this is what I'm trying to see. All right. And if you own, and then like I said, even if you own a firearm, okay, do you carry it on you? But just let's see who owns one. Let's see who owns a firearm. Are you prepared, bro? It just meaning because you own it don't mean that you know how to shoot. Can you shoot? Can you actually shoot?
Saluddin El Rahim was asking in the chat. He was saying who in the manosphere was calling for some type of Mad Max type of world. Now, there's some Negroes talking. He said, I lost
everybody saying get rid of. Everybody saying, oh yeah, I lost mine in the boating accident. That's or I lost mine in the boating accident. I understand. Shout out to Mr. Negative, Mr. Negative. He knows what's going on.
Hey, hold on, y'all. We got 340 people in the building, only got 88 on the likes. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. I know this one is rough. I knew this was gonna be rough going in, and I contemplated not doing shows like this. But even that, I can't not do it because we can't ignore that it's a problem and it's an issue. We can't ignore that. Can't ignore it. But y'all, let's get these likes up. The likes is only like 89 likes. Shout out to Bruce Leroy in the building. He says, I catch bullets with my teeth. I don't need a gun. Shout out to you. Kenny Conjo in the building says, Monday morning greetings, Bernard Riley. Fantastic and everyone listening in as best I can. Have a good week. Shout out to Kenny Conjo in the Nuruddin in the building. He says, what if they called the police and the police told them to call a Black Lives Matter special agent? Shout out to her. Also, shout out to Yahya Osman. Illegitimate kids plus poor parenting killed Micaiah. Shout out to you. Appreciate that.
Man, I got $2 for you, man. I know I'm a little short, but you come.
Shout out to you. But yeah, only 130 on the likes, 12 dislikes. They ain't feeling this one, Fantastic. They ain't feeling this. They ain't trying to hear this one.
Of course not, man. I don't care. Bernard, you know how this shit go. Again, it'll get live when I get some victims up here on the panel and I just, slaughter niggas, live action, and people cry and whine and can't do anything but be emotional versus refute. Again, I have all the facts I need right here. This ain't just me speaking. I'm showing you the articles and stuff to support what I'm saying. So again, it says right here, massive 1-year rise in homicide rates collided with pandemic in 2020. So again, remember, if you guys don't know, this was the first time we had the whole major defund the police campaign. And immediately, I don't think people understand what that does to criminals. Criminals are like, oh my God, it's Christmas. It's the 4th of July. It's my birthday. It's everything I wanted to be, because if the police go down, that means my gun goes up and you niggas have nobody to call to come help you. That's what it means. And again, we seen this, man. This is homicides, people. And where are the most homicides happening, Bernard? Do you think the homicides happening in Vermont, Maine, Montana, motherfucking what South Dakota? Or you think that shit happening in motherfucking Atlanta, New York City,
Baltimore,
Compton,
Detroit.
Baltimore, Cleveland, all these places where, again, you niggas suffer the most, bro. Niggas are asking for something and you're supporting a whole thing that is going to make you suffer the most. And y'all not even smart enough to do it. That's why I say, man, you commune niggas and you fucking liberals and progressive niggas, bruh, I just hope y'all are the first ones. I really do. I hope y'all are the first ones where they fucking snatch the police from your neighborhoods first, and let's see you get your Rambo on, nigga. Let's see you get your RoboCop and your Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I need to see it, man. I want to see that action. I really want to see you niggas go about it.
Well, let's talk about this real quick before you get more into this one, because one thing that came up on this show, they was talking about policing. Actually, I shout out AC Star Radio. I forgot his name. Oh, my bad. But used to be Black Ground Radio. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's something that kept coming up when we would talk about the police doing something to stop or get the crime down or whatever, and then you run into the problem of over policing. And you see, so if the police are supposed to help the problem or solve the problem, then you run into the problem of over policing when they do, and now too many Negroes getting arrested. Then it go to that extreme of pulling them back, and then the crime go up. So how do we even find that balance, like right now, as far as anything being sensibly done in terms of reform, pulling back some of this stuff? I know the defund the police it just means that they're not gonna be having more. They're not gonna be walking around with as much Rambo equipment on them. That
It's much deeper than that. Hold on, but no, I think that's a major thing that people have a misconception of too. No,
all right, well, okay, well, give me straight on that one. Give me straight on that one.
The fund the police isn't just a pullback of equipment and things like that. No, the fund the police means you had police chiefs quit, you've had police officers quit, the budget and all these things for police officers and the hiring of new policemen. So people think, oh, you're just going to take away their militarized, and you're going to take away, the tanks and all of this, this military grade. No, bruh. Again, you guys need to stop listening to CNN. Not talking about you, Bernard, specifically, but I just people need to really do the research and understand, bro. Like, funding is everything. Funding isn't just for guns and equipment; it's for actual personnel and new policemen. Okay, anybody that's working on the government level, what they're talking about, a fiscal year. All right, you're pretty much budgeted a certain amount of money per year per fiscal year. Okay, you have a calendar year, you have a fiscal year. And depending on where you are, what state, what city, and whatever, it goes from whatever month to whatever month. Like in the military for us, it's October to October. Okay. So the fiscal year is pretty much starts in October for us. And that money is supposed to last and run for that year for everything, Bernard, everything. Okay. New people in the military, budgeting and shit for, equipment and stuff like this and contracts. The police work the same way. So people think it's just about the fucking what's the name? But again, how many of you niggas just learned today what the hell a fiscal year is? And I mean, just ignorance is not a bad thing, but a lot of people speak from a place of ignorance because they've just never been in the situation to have to care about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, it goes well beyond the aspect of just military grade equipment or weapons and things like that. No, it's actually down to the amount of personnel that the police have, the police, and the amount of hours that they can work, and a whole bunch of other things.
Well, okay, fair enough. Well, let me ask you this, and I understand if you don't got the answer, Sway, on this one, but if it's not going to be a cultural solution to the problem, because I think that's where the solution has to come from, how can the problem get solved if we don't like over policing, but when there's under policing, crime and all of that shit go up? What's the answer, Sway, on that one? If it's not going to be outright just a cultural problem, just fixing the cultural problem.
Well, the answer is become the police. You see a problem, you want to fix it, and you worried about the police over policing and being bad police or being overly aggressive and violent and killing and all these other things. Become a part of it so you can fix the problems in it. Point blank, period. Again, right. If you're going to be the good police and you out here claiming all this, they hunting us, they killing us, okay, you be the one to fix it. But like I told you, Bernard, most of these dudes are cowards. They don't want to risk their lives. Again, like I said, the first thing I showed you was what, Bernard? A black policeman that none of y'all ever heard of before today, more likely than not, at least 99% of y'all. The only people that probably knew about it or cared about it was somebody that's from Georgia, from Macon, like myself. Other than that, why did you guys didn't shed a tear for this man? Y'all don't give a damn when any black policeman gets killed. And again, this man is somebody that's there trying to stop the issues and problems and prevent the crime from getting out of control. Again, man, people don't understand, bro. People don't do right People don't do right out of kindness of their heart. People do right because of the consequences and repercussions if they don't. If you didn't have punishment, you didn't have any type. That's what societies are built for. Because without a society, it's survival of the fittest, and everybody dies. That's just it. I'm sorry.
All right, Snuggles back in the building with another super.
Hi, I'm Snuggle.
Says, I'm about tired of all y'all in these $5 super chats. I told you all to donate more. Donate like 6 or something. Leave a $5 to me. They coming for you, Snuggles. They coming for the crown. Shout out you to Eugene Thompson in the building. Didn't leave a message right there. It looked like it say retracted when I look at it on YouTube. But either way it go, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. There, I said it in the building. It says, don't care as much when ninjas are zapped in the drug game live by sword, not kids. Overzealous cops need to be checked. Thank you for the appreciate that. All right, go ahead. What you got on the screen?
Like this is a little Google Doc, and that ended in it's the same thing talking about the rise in crime. It rose over 36% last year, but it only went up into I think September. And I put the link down in the chat for you guys. I'll put it down here again if you want to look at it at your own leisure. But again, man, this is violent crime and like murders, people. It's like hold on, let me make sure. Is it just violent crime or is it homicides? No, homicides, my bad. This is homicides, people. Homicides. That's murders. You know how you guys, George Floyd, right? That's one from the police, but just imagine how many citizens killed other citizens, especially black ones. You go and look down the list, it gives you certain areas in like major cities, and it tells you the increase from 2019 to 2020. Mind you, like I said again, it didn't go all the way through to December. It stopped in September. So if you were to get the December numbers, who knows how much more it would even be. And again, without police, what happens? Right? And let me see how many more I got. Let me see. Let's kill that one. And I'll do this one last right here. So yeah, and this one right here is the funniest part of it, right? This is the funniest part. This is a funny one because eventually this is what happens anyway. They tell you to help the police now. They want you to snitch. And again, what y'all niggas gonna do? You gonna snitch? You gonna get out here and you go fucking these remember these protesters, the same protesters that was. Well, I lied here. I got one more. I got the last one. Bernard, this is gonna be the last one right here, and I can just chop it up freehand from here. Let me see. Y'all cool with again.
Damn, is that accurate? Murders up 37% in you.
Yeah, I just showed y'all.
Like
I just showed you. Yeah, murders, homicides, Bernard. I just showed it. The link's in the chat.
And I was reading the chat. I didn't see the shit. That's yeah.
And for everybody that keeps asking what's the solution, I promise you the solution is not less police. I can tell you that. And again, this proves it. For all you emotional niggas still asking the dumbass question, what's the solution? I know what the solution isn't. The solution is not defunding or reducing the amount of police. That's what it's not. Again, everybody had such a big issue and problem with the stop and frisk in New York because they were claiming, oh, you guys are targeting black people. You're targeting black people. You're targeting black people. Are you targeting black people or are you going to the places where there's more crime? Again, black people have to start having a realistic view of things, bro, and get out of this motherfucking racism realm. Again, the numbers support it and show it, people. And of course, black men get falsely accused and falsely arrested and falsely convicted all the time. What's the percentage? What's the percentage? What's the percentage of niggas that get locked up unjustly? Okay, I know idealistically and in a perfect world it would be 0%. All right, that's the way it should be. Okay, but it's other people that get the same thing. Plenty of motherfuckers get motherfucking unjust convictions, but they only tell you about the black folks again to keep you niggas in this trap. Okay, so again, give me the percentage of black people that are unjustly fucking locked the fuck up for anything, not to mention murder, right? So what happens is we can't have a realistic view and assessment of the importance of criminals, especially criminals in black neighborhoods where the numbers and everything support what I'm talking about. And you niggas is cool with shit like this. This white girl in the black man's face telling them this and that. What was the other infamous one? Hold up. Let me go back. Where is it? Where is it? Do I have to go in? Hold up. Let me see if I can go back. There we go. This one right here. Oh, you gotta love this one.
Tell this bit nigga.
Yeah, you got. Oh, let me see. Is it going? Hold on. Let me go back then. Let me go back.
Oh no,
Yeah, there we go. Tell this bitch nigga to stop putting his hands on people. The white boy. This is the shit y'all support.
The white dude didn't actually say that, did he?
Yes, he did. Why you think he's there? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Remember, they had the black. They interviewed the black policeman last year. It was one black cop that had a whole interview, Bernard, and he was like, "Hey, man, you guys are out here marching with these people that are denigrating a black man right in their face, and in the means of fucking protest, which are really fucking, just fucking violent, goddamn riots." But because it was for one side, it was cool for them to use the language. And you niggas are going along with the shit where, again, these people not doing nothing for you, bro.
Yeah, if don't nothing prove that some of them white people ain't out there really protesting for black people, is that situation right there where he's standing in front of a black cop and his racism coming out in front of the black cop. That's letting you know that they the so-called liberals. I don't even know if they liberal.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle. If you knock me down, I'm shooting up Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse got rid of two pieces of shit white boys, and black people were so mad because the ball. My bad. Go ahead.
Black people thought that he shot black people at first, and then
I don't see how they thought that, Bernard. When it's clear as day, it's on camera. All you got to do is Google it. He shot a racist white boy that was saying bitch ass nigga, bitch ass nigga, bitch ass nigga, out nigga. Even though there was nothing but niggas surrounding him, no nigga checked him. He went at the white boy. The white boy gave him all the niggas he wanted with them goddamn rounds. All right, and this dude was a child predator. On top of it, then the other white boy that was dumb enough to hit him with that motherfucking skateboard. Never bring a skateboard to a gunfight, Bernard. And to you niggas in the chat that may not know, don't bring a skateboard to a gunfight. And he fucking hit his ass.
Unless you're Skeeter Mills, he deadly.
Yeah. and then the last guy was a convicted felon that shouldn't have had a motherfucking firearm in the first place, and he got his motherfucking bicep blew off. He spared him. So again, man, virgin shooter above reproach. I mean, Kyle is that guy, man. Like I said, if I'm going to war, nigga, I want Kyle on my side. Kyle didn't miss. I think he might have missed one shot, but Kyle's a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he to be falling down and being chased. Yeah, he did. People normally not accurate, especially with something like that that's gonna shake and be that's hard to that ain't hard to if you got to be in a firm stance to keep control and have your aim right with something like that. So yeah, I give him credit. Give him credit for his accuracy at least. But Aegon Stark in the building says, "Come on, Mr. Fantastic. With these ninjas becoming the police, some of them threaten people online over simple disagreements. What do you think they'll do with a gun and a badge?" Shout out to you for the $20 on the super chat. Appreciate that. Boom.
I want 150,000. So we can set out of court right now for $20.
Man, get your.
And also, shout out to Mr. Tolbert with the $10.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything. You.
When New York had bail reform in early 2020, crime increased due to criminals being released multiple times. Yeah, that's the hard part. You don't want the tough sentencing. You don't want over policing. You pull back the problematic niggas.
Shout out to Mr. Tolbert. It was a couple. I know it was one in particular. I can't remember that story, but it was one in particular guy that got released on bail, and he ended up committing a murder in New York. I forget the story. Somebody could Google it and put it in the chat. That would be great. But yeah, that's another big thing that's been occurring here often too, with this whole lax on prosecuting people and letting motherfuckers out. There was a family that had a big deal with that because some dude ended up getting out. That was I don't think he was convicted of murder, but I think he was charged and he was waiting on murder charges, and they let him out of jail because of CV.
Indigenous TV in the building. And the white dude who was killed by Kyle Rittenhouse was being lionized by black women on Twitter. RIP, you know, RIP King all over the place. I don't believe
a whole child predator, Bernard. You know they couldn't. They love that Mr. Clean looking dude, that white dude. They loved him.
Man,
shout out to Soul Provider. Shout out to Soul Provider.
Man, I swear I don't be believing some of that stuff, man. That's messed up. That's messed up. But shout out to everybody who in the building. We got 400 people in here. The likes are actually catching up. We still got 17 people on the thumbs down. They ain't feeling your message. Fantastic.
Again, man, just come up here, bro. That's all I ask, bro. Don't hate from the chat. I saw a lot of dumb niggas, nobody niggas, stupid niggas that's down in the chat talking shit and saying a whole bunch of lame shit, but they will never ever step on this panel. And again, all they're gonna have is emotional bullshit, bro. I just gave you documentation to support everything I'm saying. The numbers are on my side. So if you and again, let me do this because I talked and I showed all these things. So again, the whole purpose and premise of what I'm saying, as far as the police either striking or just outright quitting for like at least 72-hour things or whatever, what have you, right, would be again to show the American public just how important law enforcement is. The media is against them. Politicians are against them, and people are in this false reality, man. We talk about the Matrix here in reference to the Matrix all the time, right? Niggas are actually in motherfucking fuck the Matrix. Y'all are in the Care Bear land, in motherfucking My Little Pony land and shit, motherfucking Alice in Wonderland. Anything other than reality, if you thinking that you're going to be able to survive, the American fucking public is going to be able to survive without the police. You had Rashida Tlaib is, I don't know if she's a senator or a congressman. I think she's I don't know, whichever one she is. I think she's a congressman. Someone correct me, but I don't know which one she is. But Rashida Tlaib said, just disband the police. Get rid of them. And there are a bunch of people in this space, again, that keep saying all this bullshit, man, as far as, police reform. Well, again, I'm for police being held accountable and police, again, going to more of a military style thing where there's an escalation of force. And if they do this, hey, it's authorized to kill a motherfucker, right? If they do that, no, it's not. I don't think the citizens should have to worry and the police should be able to get away. I fear for my life. I think that's bullshit, okay? But anytime there's deadly weapons involved, you got a knife, you got a gun, hey, deadly force is authorized, point blank, period. And you as a criminal, you make that decision, all right? Either commit your crimes without a fucking deadly weapon, or commit the crime with a deadly weapon and roll the dice. You're in a life or death situation. And again, there's several other. Nobody talks about the tragic killing of these police officers, bro. All right. And again, you have to come in this fair and balance from both sides, especially the black ones. Even if you say fuck the police, all of them. What about the black ones? What about the black policeman? Like I said, I just showed you guys this first dude, bro. It's not no traffic stop, dog, y'all. This is a fucking dude that's already locked the fuck up in handcuffs. A man can't do nothing in no handcuffs. He's subdued. Several officers. You niggas are dumb, bro. Y'all, some of y'all have never been in a fight or even been in any type of physical situation in your life, at least not your adult life. Bro, do you know how hard it is to deal with a grown-ass man, bro, to wrestle with a grown man? And this man was handcuffed, y'all. He was able to fucking wrestle several officers, get a knife away, stab two of them, killing one. All right? So again, bro, I'm going to need y'all to stop being like your mamas, okay? Stop being emotional, be rational, logical, and understand the importance of law and order, bro. Because again, these people are going to hold you to that standard. And one last big thing, Bernard. Everybody was saying, you should care about George Floyd because that could be you. No, nigga, that could never be me. One, I'll never be a fucking junkie. And two, I'll never be a motherfucking violent fucking criminal predator out here motherfucking looking to get over on women and their children and take fucking advantage of them. That's two things I'm never going to be. Oh, and three, I'm just not going to resist the fucking police. I get pulled over, they tell me step out of the car, put the cuffs on, whatever. Hey, here you go. It is what it is. Get in the police car. So, hey, I'm in the police car. Let's go ahead and go down here. I got bail money, nigga. As a matter of fact, I don't even need bail money. I just use a property bond. I ain't even got to come out of pocket. So again, what am I worried about? Especially if I know I'm innocent. Shout out to my man Ramil Amir. After I know they did anything illegal, which is, I'm going to make sure that it's on what's name. I'm going to ask for the exculpatory evidence. We go run that, and I'm gonna file my civil suit, and I'm gonna get paid. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Did Ramil get paid yet from that? Because I
don't know yet, but he said he won that case. So he didn't, how Ramil don't tell niggas about his bag, but he said he won the case.
Yeah. And I remember when he said he won the case. He said the police came. I don't know what they asked him to do, but he knew it was illegal. He was recording, or he, like you said, he asked for the. I think you can ask for the police recording if
you ask for everything. Exculpatory evidence.
All right.
Discovery.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Discovery.
Cool.
Ask for discovery.
So yeah, he got everything he needed. Just went to court, and that's what I say all the time. I don't care how wrong you think they are. If you know your rights, you know they wrong. They didn't ask you to get out the car. They did some little illegal search or some illegal. Let them search. Ain't no. You don't fight for your rights in a goddamn MMA wrestling match in the middle of the streets with the cops. No, you just go ahead and get arrested. You fight for your rights standing on your feet like a goddamn man in the courtroom and win. Shout out to Ramil. I love that. I love that he milked some money out of the system like that. That's where black men need to fight. Not in the goddamn wrestling match with the cops. Like, that's the most ignorant shit ever. So yeah, and again, Chauvin, I mean, I don't know, me and you disagree on this one. I'm like, lock his ass up. Lock him up. Flat out. I'll throw the book at him. I don't give a damn. But yeah, I'm not moved by the argument of that could be you, that could be. I'm not moved by that argument.
Yeah, it could never be me.
Yeah,
no.
But at the end of the day, yeah, I do like that he got locked up, and I do want cops to be more conscious of, oh shit, I take a black person's life. Let me not be too trigger happy. Let me make sure that be conscious. Let me be conscious about these bullets that I'm about to put out here. Let me be conscious.
Bernard. That's what I'm saying. This is my only counter to that. Again, that's dangerous. And again,
it can be. I understand.
Well, it's not even can be. It just is in general. Again, look at the police officers, all of them. If you are in a situation where you was that girl in the pink, right, that Michaela Bryant was about to stab, do you want that officer to take that split second to think about, oh well, shit, I don't want to shoot this black person because it might come out? Do you want him to second guess, or do you want him to do his fucking job? No, you right on that one. I want him to do his job on that one, but I do want less Philando Castillo situations. Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to. That's already less, though, Bernard. That's the false equivalency. That's what we can't. You can't say that. That's already less. You see what I'm saying? It's already less. That's the Philando Castillos, and the Philando Castillo was innocent. No way she should have gotten shot. But there's no comparison of Philando Castillo to George Floyd. George Floyd didn't get shot, but Rashard Brooks. Okay, people didn't even understand what happened with Rashard Brooks. Rashard Brooks wrestled two grown ass men, stole a taser, shot the taser. Okay, a taser can be a possible, even though it's a non-lethal weapon. Okay, it can be lethal, and again, it can incapacitate a fucking officer with a gun. And again, what are you supposed to do as a police officer, bro? I'm gonna lay your ass down. And furthermore, like I said, when do y'all get cool with officer just going back to whooping the motherfucker's ass? I mean, if I'm the police, I'm just gonna beat your ass. And he said, well, why'd you do it? Well, hey, I didn't shoot him. Because what do you want me to do? I can't put him in any type of restraint anymore. So what I have to do? I have to use fucking blunt force fucking trauma to get him to fucking comply with pain compliance. I don't give a damn how bad it looks. I don't care how bad it looks. He lived. I lived. He's in custody. What do you want to do?
Right. And that's where black people do run into a problem as well. They will criticize the cops when the cops use non-lethal force. But when they use that lethal force, well, why didn't they use some type of non-lethal force? Okay, we showed them situations where they tried the non-lethal method all the way to the point to where they got disarmed of their taser.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But going back to the Philando situation, the cop did get off, and so I do want to see in situations like that the cop not getting off. But So that's where I'm at with it, and that's why I'm okay. I'll put my fist in the air for Chauvin getting taken away in handcuffs. But the main course of what you're talking about here, the nigga shit, yeah, I never put a cape on for that. I never put a cape on for that shit. But shout out to Cool Kamazi in the building. Appreciate that. Yeah, you can post that link. I meant to say that sooner because I've been sitting there for a minute. You can post whatever link you want to.
Oh yeah, hey, shout out to Cool Kamaisi for hitting me yesterday on the out of the blue, man. Them cash apps from Heavy, man. Shout out to him and shout out to Yusuf Familiar, man, for the cash apps. Thank you.
There's probably about to be some bull. Shout out to SKC. Says funny when solutions come up with black people and policing, no one ever says that black culture and behavior needs to change. Coon talk. Hey, I said that from the start. If it's a cultural thing. That's why I shout out to the culture warriors. If the thing that you're being a culture warrior for is a worthy cause to fight against, I mean, I can't knock a culture warrior. I can't. But shout out to Doug in the building. He says we will not. He says we will not have to be concerned with the police and racial issues in the nearby future when those androids and drones get released in our communities.
Boston Dynamics, baby.
We already got the whole damn world under surveillance right now. It'd be amazing when some shit go down, all the different angles that they got to cover that stuff. I mean, like the damn, I don't even want to bring up the Armand Arbery, how they had that dude from people door cameras catching it. They had his whole route. Like it's gonna be drones everywhere just watching everything. Like nobody's gonna be able to get away with nothing in a little bit. But Indigenous TV in the building. He says Tashara Jones just got elected mayor in the city of St. Louis. She was on that defund the police until she won. And they showed her them stats. Yeah, let's just say she changed her tune. Shout out to you. Appreciate the $10 super chat. All right. It's 439.
Shout out to D-Rock Den for hitting me with the cash out too, brother. Appreciate you, D-Rock Den. Thank you, man.
Oh yeah, and on that note too, I think D-Rock Den hit me with one. D-Rock Den hit me with one as well. Appreciate you, D-Rock Den. All right, Pablo in the building. He says we have a culture of rebellion, not the revolutionary type, but the I'm going to nut up and be a difficult individual rebellion. Yeah. A lot of people not feeling what you're putting out, Fantastic, but the link in the chat, I don't suspect that they coming up all guns blazing. I don't suspect that.
Yeah, you locked in here with me. You know, y'all know the deal. Again, we on it. Come hither.
But the link is in the chat. Anybody can come on. Let's go. Let's get it.
And come with some stats and data, man. Don't just come with your emotions. All right. Because I'm gonna kill your emotions, man. All right, I'm gonna treat you like your mama did with that switch. Don't do it.
Agree or disagree. Agree or disagree. You can come on up, but I do like to make my position clear because shit like to get construed. Negroes hear what they want to hear. I ain't with the any crooked cop, any trigger happy ass cop. I ain't with you. I ain't with him. I ain't putting the cape on for him. Lock his ass up. But what Fantastic is talking about the black on black killings that matter. Well, what do you think about and this is a slight problem I do be having with Republicans. Like you put it on Fox News, even after the Chauvin trial happened, it's like right immediately. It's like so many times all they want to talk about is black on black crime. They only talk about it in the context with, sometimes that's more than when Negroes talk about it, but they only talk about it in the context of trying to, just take the camera off of the messed up shit that a cop did. I do be having a problem with that, even though Negroes don't like to mention the shit at all.
Well, again, man, listen, everybody plays to their base. It's just like,
yeah.
And the thing about everybody points out to Fox News, but there's only one Fox News. I think there's TV One or something. One it's like two major conservative things, and it's only one mainstream. The other one is like an alternative thing. It's not even mainstream news, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is. But you have 1.5 conservative stations, and then all the rest of them are liberal progressive. CNN is liberal progressive. MSNBC, NBC is liberal progressive. ABC, liberal progressive. CBS, liberal progressive. all these different things and other news sources are liberal progressive. So again, I mean, people are pointing against something where again they're outnumbered. You know what I mean? So I mean, why if you don't like it, just don't watch. You know, if you don't agree, okay, don't watch it. I don't watch really either. Bro, I hear most of the news and the stuff I get from here, and then I go research it myself to confirm the validity of it, and then I go from there. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But I'm not everybody keeps I'm not a fucking Republican, bro. And again, everybody talking about, oh, you need to choose a side. No, the fuck I don't. That's what's wrong with niggas, okay? If you're choosing a side, you don't understand politics, okay? Because as we always say, shout out to 10-4 Tuesdays, red and blue, Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative are all two sides of the same coin. They all working for the same motherfuckers if you really understand it like you claim you do. So you picking a side and not fucking picking power. If you're picking a side over power, again, bro, you don't understand anything. You just don't. Point blank, period.
Great Britain in the building says black people believe in all black city without police will be Wakanda. There's already a place 90% black people, no local police. Is Ford Heights, Illinois. Shout out to Great Britain in the building with the
Baltimore is a black city, and look how that's going.
All right, we got Nuruddin in the building. Go ahead, you got the floor, you got the mic.
Yeah,
Nuruddin, you got it. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah, look what happened in Baltimore. Remember, that's an all-black city, and then during the whole pandemic, it was getting shot up to hell. Look at what happened in New York City just this past year when the crime rate in New York went up, like literally. And I live here, so when they talk about defund the police, I'm like, okay, well then they should send those Black Lives Matter agents to come help you.
Mm-hmm.
But why not? I mean, you know, and if they do call the police show up, and they say, well, oh, why don't you do anything? I hope the police would say, you know what? Just be happy I just showed up. Just be happy I did.
Right on. Logic Sphere says independent conservative media is bigger than liberal outlets. I think that grew up through this new wave of social media. It grew up that came up out of necessity, essentially, because the liberals, they dominated the mainstream, but I do believe that the independent end of conservative media did sprout up because it was a market there to be filled. So,
but that's still not true, Bernard. That's still not true because again, you have.
Don't think so?
No, I know so. Again, on top of like I said, you have three major liberal progressive versus one independent, one major conservative, right? And then on like you have independent, just like you have independent conservatives, you have independent liberal also. So what are you talking about? What is this dude talking about? What was the Young Turks? The Young Turks has been around for how long? They're liberal as fuck and progressive as fuck. So again, you get ignorant people talking shit, bro, and don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Bro, stop. How about you hop on the panel and get out the chat? But again, niggas are dumb.
I thought I'll look that up, but I did think the independent conservative media was doing better than the independent liberal media because the liberal owned the even if you're doing liberal, he said they're doing better than the mainstream. No, they're not. That's not true, bro. CNN is still CNN. MSNBC is still MSNBC. The numbers they're doing, like I said, you're not going to get fucking anybody to fucking outdo those numbers, bro. Mm-hmm. Jason Johnson in the building says 830. Jason Johnson 8304. Shout out to you. You got the floor. You got the mic. Are you there? Jason Johnson, I'm passing you the mic. Going once, going twice. Sold. He out of here. Shout out to Little Big Nate said the Young Turds.
Damn, Bernard. I'm like, damn, did I scare niggas this much? People had so much to say in the motherfucking chat, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas had so much smoke over you winning. We won. Chauvin went to jail. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at? again, like I say, bro, I do this for real. I understand what it is. A lot of you niggas are emotional. You don't have anything of value to bring to a conversation, a serious debate or discussion. All you're gonna come up here with, if you were to come up here with, I know you're scared to do, is emotional bullshit. You don't have any stats or any data to back any of your talking points or any of your perspectives. You got people down here just making up shit, talking about that independent fucking media is bigger than the mainstream multi-fucking $million media industry like CNN and MSNBC. Are you serious? Is that even Bernard? Bernard, do you even believe that? Can you believe you telling me that an independent fucking media from YouTube or whatever the fuck it may be has more fucking pull than fucking international news? You understand that, Bernard? No, CNN is not. CNN has a.
I understand what you're saying, but we do live in a new world, so sometimes you do got to check the numbers when you see some independent place. Some independent networks, or they will do better than some of the stuff that on TV that we would think would do better. So sometimes you do got to check the numbers on it. But right now in general, I take your word.
Hello?
Oh yeah,
Hello?
Jason Johnson, you ready? Go ahead. You got the mic.
Yeah. You want to go, brother, first?
Yeah, I was gonna respond to the test real quick. We can go if you want to.
No. Let him go. Let Hammer go, because Hammer's been trying to, Hammer been talking shit for I don't know how long. So let him go. Let's see what he got to say. Finally, not gonna run away.
Come on, bro.
Well, both of y'all need to fix your mic. Both of y'all sound like y'all fucking like in a closet right now.
Hold up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're great now.
Perfect. Go ahead. You got it.
All right. Yeah. So like I was saying, look, I have no beef with Fantastic. Just a disagreement. All I'm gonna say is this. Look, there is a difference between of the situation with George Floyd and Ma'Khia Bryant. Okay. When it came to Ma'Khia Bryant, I believe that was justified because that black girl was going to kill the other chick. So I think in that situation, he did the right thing. Now, when it came to George Floyd, okay, Derek Chauvin had his knee on that guy's neck for 9 minutes. There's no way getting around that. You had a pulmonologist testifying under, and I can do a scene, I can show you after this, but you had a pulmonologist testifying and essentially breaking down why George Floyd was not, he believed George Floyd was not under influence of drugs in that situation. And so my thing is this, okay? I believe, look, folks want to say I'm being, anti. Look, I'm not a Black Lives Matter supporter, right? I'm not defund the police, right? But I believe in accountability. When it came to Ma'Khia Bryant, the police were justified. I believe that was a justified shooting, right? Now, when it came to George Floyd, anybody with common sense can look and say that was not justified. It was not. There's no reason. Look, we can go back and forth about the case of the trial, but one thing we cannot deny is that there was no reason as to why he should have had his knee on that guy's neck for that long. That cannot be debated.
I think that's why.
Are you done?
All right.
Are you done?
Yes.
All right. So again, did you watch the trial?
I watched part of the trial.
What part of the trial did you watch?
Well, I watched a part of the trial when it came to the pulmonologist who broke down the
So did you actually? For one, it's pulmonologist, okay? Pulmonology. Yeah. All right. So did you actually watch it, or did you watch the replay that CNN, MSNBC, or whatever?
I watched the whole thing. In fact, the prosecutor
you watched it live.
Showed the video of
you watched it live. You watched it live.
I'm like, no. I'm like,
okay. So again, so you didn't watch the trial. All right. So so you didn't watch the trial. All right. Cool. So again,
no.
Funny how I didn't cut you off, bro. No, I didn't cut you off, bro. I didn't cut you off.
Okay.
But what I'm going to say is this. Again, you're only bringing up the one, which I threw you niggas an alley-oop. You niggas keep using what I said to fucking refute what I'm saying. The pulmonologist is the only one, bro. I did not cut you off.
Hammer, you gotta let him go. Let him rock.
All right, go ahead, sorry.
The pulmonologist is the only one that did not get flipped by the motherfucking by the defense. Okay, the only one. Every other medical expert you guys are talking about, when they were cross-examined by the defense, they said something in favor of the fucking defense. He did not have his knee on the neck for not, bro. Can you shut the fuck up?
Hammer, you gotta let him
He
rock.
did not have his knee on his neck for 9 minutes. You are part of the problem. You're an emotional ass TV watching nigga that don't understand. You didn't watch the trial. It was disproven. The knee on the neck for 9 minutes was disproven by several experts you guys keep referring to. Okay? So again, bro, if you don't know the facts, shut up. You can't have this conversation. Anyway, this ain't even about George Floyd. Fuck him. Like I said before, fuck Chauvin. The topic is what? This is about fucking getting rid of the police or keeping the police to fix the issue and problem that we're having in the black community. So if you want to talk about that, go ahead. But I already slaughtered you on this fucking bullshit because you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right.
All right. You want to respond to that, Hammer?
All right. Okay, fine. We'll move from George Floyd. But in terms of the topic of the police law, I don't believe in the police being sort of, I guess, defunded. But what I will say is this: it needs to be reformed. That's what I believe. In terms of chokeholds, that knee on the neck thing, that needs to be just outlawed immediately. There's no reason why that should be done.
How do you subdue resisting? So you can no longer strike. They taking away striking, but that's too inhumane. You can't subdue with a chokehold or any type of neck hold. So now, how do you subdue and get into custody a grown man that's resisting arrest?
Look, you don't have to place your knee on somebody next to them. You are the police officer.
Okay, brother, I didn't ask you what you don't have to do. I asked you a specific question. I didn't ask you what you didn't have to do. I'm asking you, and I'm going to ask you it again in plain English. Hear me, listen. What procedures do you use to subdue and take into custody a grown man that's resisting? Go.
Well, I don't know the specific procedure we use. You have to ask Charles.
Okay, well, all right. So you have no answers. All right, next person. So you have no answers.
Yeah, but my thing is this: you don't have to use a specific in terms of like the choke. Look, my thing is this: that was not.
I'm going to ask you again. You can't keep saying you don't have to use. Tell me how you subdue a grown ass man that's resisting. If you're telling me what I can't do, tell me what I can do.
I'm gonna grab him by the arm, grab him by the look. My thing is this. Okay, you have a police officer who's been in the Manchester Charles Fund, who's been serving in Baltimore for I don't know how many years, and he is broken. I'm not an expert in that field, but I will point you to Charles Faulkner, who's actually is a cop and who has
hold on. The same Charles Faulkner. Wait. I'm glad you brought him up. The same Charles Faulkner I heard bragging several times on panels about whooping niggas' ass and fighting niggas.
I'm like, okay.
And hold on, stop. No. You brought him up. So let me again. I heard this man say this. And again, people in the chat can fucking confirm it. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Since you brought him up, this dude that says pretty much any fucking thing he needs to use to take a person into fucking custody outside of shooting them, he's done it. So are we really? That's how we get now? Is that how we get now?
Here's the thing. When Charles Faulkner talks about beating niggas, look, bro. When he
so does he talk about beating niggas' ass? So you admit to that, right? So hold on, wait. I gotta ask you a question. So you're admitting that you heard this police officer talk about whooping niggas' ass, right?
Okay, but look, the context.
No. I need a yes or no. Don't say okay. No. I need you to confirm it.
Okay,
I need you to confirm it.
But he said it in the context when we were joking around and just,
no, it wasn't no joking around. No, this ain't no joking around, nigga. Stop it.
Fantastic.
Bro, come on. We'll have like 8-9 hour live streams of all the blue style just joke around.
Take a break. Stop. Hey, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, that's Hammer, bro. Hammer like he can't hear nobody.
All right, Hammer, you got to take a break. Go on mute. Take a break. All right, we're gonna go to LA Divine. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Hey, what's going on? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
What's going on? Fantastic. What's going on, Bernard? Salute to everybody in the chat. As far as the topic goes, Fantastic is familiar with me. He's been where I do currently reside at in Philadelphia, and what I see with a lot of these inner city, police officers, they kind of have to adapt to the culture of whatever city that you're in. You know what I mean? So let's take Philadelphia for example. When Obsidian comes up here and he's reading these articles about the DA and all the politics that are going on in this city, you gotta understand this is a very rough town with a lot of ignorant people, with a lot of people that are high strung, overly emotional black people. It's a lot of murders that go on. The crime rate is exploded where we from. Philadelphia, carjackings have went up, and the city isn't even known for stuff like that. So I feel like the police sometimes have to, you might say that they might need a level of professionalism, But when you're dealing with people, like I've seen people on a block where a cop is responding to a call, and people come out and literally jump a police officer. You know what I mean? And I've seen stuff where, you know, the police, they jump citizens. I've seen police go into the alley with citizens and have a one-on-one fight. They take off everything and they fight when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? So I can't sit here and we can't play pity pad and sing kumbaya as a police officer when we're dealing with people that have, like, they have no remorse, they have hatred for you, and they have all of that. Also, when we're talking about the violence aspect of it, like, listen, I don't know, like, when we're talking about, like, when I see people like, you know, and I will say names like MOT and Charles Faulkner and all these other people, BGS, and they come out and they're talking about, this professionalism that blacks should have or whatever, or no, that the cops should have or whatever. It's like, I don't know if these people actually live around black people. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I don't know if they actually see what's going on, but it's easy to say that when you're in the comfort of the Colorado hills and, you know what I mean? And you're just looking at the news and seeing what's going on, and you're just getting, triggered by whatever they're talking about. But when you're actually around this stuff, when you actually see this stuff, when you like, I've seen people get murdered, I've seen people get shot, you feel me, in front of me multiple times since my youth. You know what I mean? And it's like, when you see that stuff kind of does something to you. You know what I mean? To the point where you'll have, well, some of us embrace it, but to the point where you'll have this mentality, like, you know what? Fuck all this shit and fuck whatever these people are talking about. Because if you're sitting there talking about defund the police, and some of these people in these neighborhoods, the police that might be your only, that might be your only grace. That might be your only savior, really, when it comes down to it. So that's all I really got to say. It's like, for all you liberals out there who are talking all this shit, I know that you people don't even live around this stuff. And if you do live around this stuff, I don't know like where your mind is at, to the point where you would actually say that the police need to be defunded or whatever. Because defunded, for me, that's just a cold word for disband, really, when it comes down to the big picture of it. But like I said, the police, that's the only saving grace for a place where damn near anarchy is already going on anyway. It's damn near anarchy anyway. Listen, in a lot of these major cities, the people do whatever the fuck they want to do. You feel me? For the most part. And the police are just they're holding together by a thin string when it comes down to it. So, like I said, that's all I got to say, man. Salute to all of y'all. I appreciate you letting me come up, Bernard.
All right, yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks. Royce J, you was trying to jump in there and say something. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Yeah.
What up? What up, everybody?
Wait, hold on. No, that was you in the back now. I pass it to Royce J.
Hello?
You got next. Yeah,
Hello?
I don't know if talk to
Can you
him.
hear
I don't
me?
think he can hear me. Let him know what's going on.
Can you hear me?
You on mute,
Jason, can you
Fantastic.
hear us?
I can hear y'all. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's not your turn. Chill out.
Yeah, could you hear me when I don't think he can hear me, because it's Royce J turn right now.
Hold on. Can you hear Bernard?
Okay, I thought you was talking about me. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, go. You didn't confirm. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Bernard.
Okay, cool. Got you. All right, you got next after Royce J. Go ahead, Royce. You got it.
All right, check it out. Peace to everybody on the panel. As Mr. Fantastic know, I am both a military member and I am a police officer in the Chicagoland area. And when I say Chicagoland area, Chicago is one of the places that I work. I'm not going to say exactly what department I work for, but just know I work in Chicago a lot. And I'm going to tell you something. First things first, with the whole chokehold thing. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since I was 15. Japanese jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. For all these people that talk all of this stuff about chokeholds being outlawed, if you've been doing chokeholds as long as I've been doing chokeholds, you give me 15 seconds and I got you sleep. Okay, and I've been choked out probably 1,000 times. A chokehold is more humane than shooting somebody or even tasing them. You know, when a chokehold is done properly, when it's done by somebody that's proficient, it is far more humane than tasing, than beating somebody with an ass or shooting them. Because guess what? You wake that fool up and you splash some water on him and you can send him on his way, take him to the hospital for further treatment. So chokeholds are very humane. The problem is that police officers aren't getting enough training, which is my next point. This whole defund the police thing. You can't say out of one side of your face, defund the police, and then out the other side of your face, oh, they need more training. They need more de-escalation training. You sound stupid when you say that, but everybody that's in the audience putting that shit in the chat, you sound like a fucking moron. Excuse my language, Bernard, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You want the police to have more training? Fine, I'm all for it. And I want to be as trained up to be like a doctor. Give me all the training you want, but you better be ready to pay for it. You better be ready for your taxes to go up to pay for all this special training that you guys think you want the police to have. You want to outline the training that you want the police to have? Fine, pay for it. Finally, my last point, and I'm going to hop off the panel. This whole thing, but only blacks should police black neighborhoods. Well, with the Detroit 300, they tried that, and guess what happened? Who shot it down? It was the baby mamas. The baby mama conglomerate shot it down because they started locking up little Pookie and little Gunsmoke Terry and all of them guys. Okay, you look at the Marbury situation in Georgia. That was an example of people policing their neighborhoods. Look what happened. That goofy down there in Florida. What was his name? That with the Trayvon Martin incident. That was a dude trying to police his neighborhood, and he got his ass whooped. And
George Zimmerman.
That Zimmerman dude. He was taking an L, and so he ended up shooting that kid. So this whole notion of black people needing to police their neighborhoods, there's always going to be problems. If you don't think the professionals can do it, you think Lil Terry, Bayfu and Bayron can get it done? No, they can't get it done. Okay? Oh, God. They can't get it done. There's going to be issues. So a lot of you guys come up with dumbass solutions, unrealistic solutions, and saying that the community should police their neighborhood. Well, the community should be practicing medicine too. You're talking about the same group of people that are irresponsible with birth control and wearing masks to prevent a pandemic. Oh, so now they're gonna police the neighborhoods? You see how moronic it's starting to sound? I'm out here every day. I come to work. It's shootings 7:40 in the morning. It's so I'm not trying to hear all of that stuff. I'm not trying to hear because I'm a lifelong city dweller, and I come from a law enforcement family, and I've seen both sides. I grew up in the hood in the 90s, 80s and 90s during the crack era. I seen what that's like, and I'm telling you right now, Chicago, the crime is turning back to the crack era type crime. It's getting bad. It's bad in Philly. It's bad in Bmore. It's bad in New York. Miami is up for grabs. All of these places. Minneapolis is done. Stick a fork in. And guess what? These are all of the defund the police people who, at the same time, want the police to be trained better. So get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. I'm gonna jump off this panel. Bernard, man, I appreciate you letting me on. You guys stay up. And fantastic. We got to get together to do something, brother. I'll talk with you.
All right, most definitely. For sure.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate you. There I said it in the building with the $5. Mr. Fantastic, please never become a law enforcement officers. If you do, us black men are dead meat. Shout out to There I Said It in the building. We also got my man Sir Tice in the building. Shout out to Sir Tice. Appreciate you coming. Says salute Bernie. Fantastic. Royce is speaking too logical, and those that say those things sloganeering don't respond to logic. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. All right. We about to go to Hold up, let me get that down.
Let me say something real quick. Hop in here real quick. Shout out to the person that sent me Cash App, and shout out to my man Andrew S. that sent me Cash App, man. Appreciate you. And to the point of people talking about me never ever becoming police. Trust me, you don't have to worry about that. I don't want to deal with you niggas. But if I was, man, I am thinking about the BABG Police Academy. I am thinking about that. We promise a major decline in your murders and your police police murders. I don't know about police brutality, but hey, do you want your ass whooped or do you want to live? And again, shout out to Charles Faulkner because it's authorized, especially in the city of police Baltimore. According to him, it's cool to whoop a nigga's ass and get him into custody. There you go. Again, I would love for him to take the link because like if it's cool for Charles Faulkner to talk about how much ass he done whooped in his fucking thing. Hey, the BABG Police Academy, bro. We gonna go the Charles Faulkner way, baby. We definitely gonna do that. And we gonna save lives, but we gonna motherfucking we gonna crack some eyes. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you'll live, goddammit. Go ahead.
Yeah, and let me respond to that real quick. Look, I get all that. All I'm saying is that police officers.
Hold on, wait, Hammer, you gotta wait.
Okay, sorry.
We haven't heard nothing from now I'm forgetting who we got up here. We haven't heard nothing from Jason Johnson yet. So go ahead, Jason Johnson. You got the floor, you got the mic.
Yeah, hello, how y'all doing? This thing with defunding the police is just crazy because coming out of New York City, Giuliani, I didn't appreciate him because I didn't know anything about politics back then. But as I got older into my 30s, I started to appreciate that man. He actually cleaned up New York. And then de Blasio came in, he started pandering and stuff, and now New York is a mess. I mean, I moved to Philly and I was like, damn, I'm moving to a city with no order. There's no law and order in Philly. But New York still can gain that law and order back, but they have to get that mayor out of office. Because I was just talking to my son yesterday, and he was telling me how he's don't even want to walk outside because, the way the guys look at him, he's afraid he might get robbed or killed or something. Because, the police just let things go down in New York now because of, de Blasio have a leech on the police department out there. And I'm telling you, from a New Yorker, I'm sorry, but maybe back then when black people were civilized, and that was way long ago when they freed the slaves, and the slaves was, doing their thing, and they were building black businesses and black-owned things. But these days, you cannot defund the police. If we do that, that's going to be to our own detriment. It's bad enough we don't get enough. It's bad enough we don't get enough, It's bad enough we don't get enough police in our neighborhoods. What if we defund the police? We ain't gonna have nothing left. All our business is gonna be attacked. Because the first thing black people do when they start robbing people, they start robbing their own. They start tearing down their own businesses. Look at the lady in Philadelphia. They robbed her store during the riot. Come on. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, Fantastic is actually not no fucking coon. I've seen Fantastic stand up for people, but he's not standing up for the stupid shit. And I'm sorry, I'm Team Fantastic all day. I'm not standing up for the stupid shit either. If it's righteous, I'll stand up for it. But if it's not, I'm not standing up for it. Sorry. There's a difference between a black man and there's a difference between a nigga. We gotta differentiate the difference. But you cannot sit up here and say, oh, this man is being a coon because he's saying, I want to protect my family. I want to protect my legacy. Because I just heard this from my son yesterday. Me and my cousin just argued about this, talking about, oh, they need to get rid of the police is doing this and doing that. And I had to argue with him. I was like, wait a minute, have you been in New York? He said, I left early. I said, well, you left when things was bad. You didn't stay when you seen the change. That stop and frisk shit was working in New York. When it stopped, that's when the crime actually went up. If you look at the stats, when de Blasio announced that he's going to stop and frisk, that's when crime actually went through the roof. I mean, I actually was in Brownsville one time. I seen a police officer just pull a guy over for a weed stop because he seen him buying weed, and the guy just went in his glove department and bust 2 shots in the cop's chest for no reason. A black cop. And they shut the whole city down to chase him through the projects. I don't know if they killed him. They said he committed suicide. But if they did kill him, I'm not losing no sleep over him. I got stopped for weed. You know? And if I had to eat the ticket, I ate the ticket. Come on. He got stopped for weed and he bucked 2 shots in the cop's chest. You know, the cop ended up living, but he could have lost his life. A black officer. What about that black brother? All he did was come to work. And he can't go home to see his kids and family?
That's wild. That's wild. We got Mike R in the building. At least I think that was it. Yeah, Mike R in the building. You got the floor. You got the mic.
What's going on? What's going on, panel? How y'all doing? Fantastic.
What's up?
Bernard, everybody up there. Yeah, we can't defund the police, man. That ain't it. That's only gonna create a situation where you have nobody protecting anything, and it's gonna be basically a lawless society. I'm out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I work 2 security jobs. I work one at Smith's Food and Drug, and I work at the Circa Hotel on the Strip. We deal with everything from crazy ass niggas to meth heads to homeless folks. We get a lot of crime on the Strip and in Las Vegas, especially over here on East Las Vegas, on the other side by Charleston, by Boulder Highway. We get a lot of crime over here. And let me tell you something. When I worked security at Smith's, matter of fact, last week, I had a meth head come in, and I deterred her from coming in the store because I didn't want her to come in the store. The manager let her in against my own will or whatever. But she basically came in and tried to start a fight with somebody in the store, a customer, and I ended up having to call police because she was just out of pocket. Fortunately, the police didn't come till damn near 2 hours later, because they had to respond to a shooting that happened up the block in some like projects or some like low-income housing area. So we basically had to fight this doggone meth head chick who was throwing cans of soup at me to get her up out the damn store. And she called me a nigga on top of that. It was a white lady, white meth head. So she was threatening my life outside the store, in front of the store. We waiting to get the cops over here. The cops couldn't respond quick enough because they're so stretched trying to respond to all this other stuff that's going on in the city. And I'm saying is that I deal firsthand with a lot of people that might be either dangerous or potentially dangerous as a civilian, because I'm not a cop. And it's a tough job just dealing with just people that you don't even know. You don't know if they got weapons on them. You don't know if they're carrying a gun or nothing like that. You don't know if they're going to call people in the store to fuck you up because they mad that you kicked them out or that you saw them stealing or whatever. So I'm just doing security. Even though I'm not a cop, just doing security, you get firsthand experience of how difficult it is to gauge situations. As far as the chokehold thing, I don't agree with the chokehold, but I get what he was saying about how using when you have to use some sort of force or some sort of restraint on somebody, it's better to use some sort of grip or strain as far as grabbing somebody or putting them in a situation where they can't get to you, rather than tasing them or shooting them. Because I've heard of several instances where people have died from getting tased. So that taser thing or other methods, it might have a reaction. You never know how a person can react to that. If the person has health problems on top of that, they could collapse and die from being, tased or something like that. And last thing I would want to say is, for those people who just really don't want to deal with the American police departments, if you really just have that much of an ilk with them, fund your own police department with some qualified people, like every other community does, like the Jewish community does, like the Asian community does. Put up the goddamn cash and stop bitching and moaning.
Well, we talked about that on the last show, and the way that would end up working is the segments of black people that got the money to do that, like, because there are upper middle class black communities. So the communities that got the money to I don't know, pay dues to that particular community to have their own police funding their little pocket, those are the black people that don't really have problems with crime like that. So it won't solve the problem in the hood. Because the problem in the hood, the people in the hood don't got the money to fund it. So yes, black people could do that, but it won't solve the problem. All black people who are already good at policing, well, by policing themselves, I mean, they not out there committing crimes. They're good, upstanding citizens, worked hard. However they got there, they made it into the middle or upper middle class. They can live in a little upper middle class black community. They could afford to do what they were doing. And they talked about I forgot the name of the place where the Jews, they got their whole little setup where they got their own police force, but I call it the glorified security guards. But still, they got something right there because there's an enclave of them, the ones that got the money who can afford it, who can put them in there. So there are groups of black people or segments of black.
Was that me or him?
I'm still here.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so that's him. All right, cool. Well, I'll pick up to the time. Yeah, what he's talking about is the people from Israel and Muslims. I think there's up in the tri-state area. That's where they're able to fund their own police departments or whatnot. So you back, Bernard.
New York, so I'm familiar, definitely.
You back, Bernard? Go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right. But no, I think I made my point right around the time that it cut off. I made the point that I was trying to make, as far as black people putting up the money to fund their fund their own police force. The black people that got it like that to where they can do it, they don't have the problem that the black people in the hood are having. So that's why it wouldn't even solve the problem that people think it will solve.
Well, let me hop in real quick, Bernard. Again, what people don't realize is, man, that's ultimately what's going to happen. One way or the other, it's going to get to the point of where you have privatized police force or security or whatever you want to call them. Because that's really what the police force is anyway. The only people, like I said, the sheriff and the police are two different things for a reason. Again, man, look it up for yourself and see the difference and all these other things and whatnot, what have you. But yeah, it's going to end up being that way. And what you guys don't understand and realize, when you're talking about defund the police, all the people talking about it are the rich people that can't afford, exactly like what Bernard said. They can afford their own police force or to hire their own private security to protect their communities and their neighborhoods and all these different things and keep you niggas out. Okay, you on the other hand, even though you're getting all these wonderful stimulus checks and all this other shit, and I got to show y'all a picture. Now, I said, Bernard, you ever heard of Rent a Rim?
Rent a Rim? No.
Yeah. So I guess it's a South thing. So I said Rent a Rim. Niggas thought I was joking. I'm gonna give y'all niggas a picture of the Rent a Rim place, nigga. Like, you rent like 30 days, same as cash. If you don't, they hit your ass with like some crazy ass percentage. But you can rent rims, okay? So instead of you niggas renting rims, and as much as I love Jordans and all these other things, I'm not putting any slander on Michael Jordan's name. But buying Jordans, and for you places where marijuana is becoming legal, getting at whatever it is. I know they got the new purple Urkel. You niggas, out here weed shopping. You could very well, put your money, pool your money together, or fund something as to where the police were there. But again, it's just niggas don't care. Niggas don't have their priorities straight as usual. As far as the brother said, Las Vegas is a great example. Las Vegas is a major tourist area, and him and security is telling you guys how just multifaceted this thing can be, and just how crazy shit can get out of hand at any point in time. So again, man, like I said, the restraint thing and all these different things, bro. When you reduce the amount of options that a police officer has, what you're reducing is their options to doing anything other than killing a person. Okay, you no longer can use the collapsible baton or the asp. You know what I'm saying? Anytime when you're hitting or striking someone, that's inhumane. That's police brutality. The taser, like he said, people think a taser is just fucking, whatever. A taser is said non-lethal, but again, you can literally kill somebody with a taser, man. For you guys that do not know, remember, you niggas everybody became a fucking a biologist during the George Floyd trial. If you know anything about the heart, your heart runs off electricity. There's this thing called a sinoatrial node. Okay, you have a fucking pretty much it's like a human pacemaker. And if you were somehow to have that fucking electrical signal from the taser interrupt that, you could have a heart attack and die. Shout out to all my electricians out there. Anytime you get shocked by electrical shock, especially me, I deal with 115 volts, 400 hertz, or 28 volts DC, whatnot, what have you, on most aircraft. If you get shocked, you're supposed to go to medical to get your heart monitored to make sure that you don't have any type of arrhythmia going on or irregular heartbeat. So yeah, man, people, again, it's just a lot of ignorance. And I'm not saying ignorance is a negative thing, because ignorance isn't negative unless it's deliberate ignorance. Okay, it's just a lot of things where people haven't been in certain situations and they think it's just oh so simple. Again, bro, go sign up for jiu-jitsu, sign up for wrestling, sign up for any type of combat thing or whatnot, what have you, man, and get into some physical contact. Hell, play a game of basketball or something where you got constantly motherfucking go up against other, grown men to see just how taxing it is on your body, man. From not just even the physical aspect, the mental aspect. People don't even understand that you have this thing called fatigue, as to where the more the sleep, your actual, like, your cardio and your endurance and all these different things, as your body gets more fatigued, man, it's harder for you to remember and properly do things that you were trained in doing. It happens all the time. This is why it's very, very important as to where you get a proper offset of extremely strenuous situations and things for your body to recover, not only physically but mentally. Okay, that's why we people didn't understand. I think they didn't even come up with post-traumatic stress, but until like my lifetime, right? And for years upon years, they didn't have they didn't have a term for it. They didn't know what it was for people that were not only serving in the military or in law enforcement. You can have post-traumatic stress as a civilian, a person that's never see any type of live fire or anything like that. I mean, but again, man, like I said, this thing is way, way bigger than people try to make it. And I just think a lot of people are ignorant of those facts.
All right, Hammer, I'm going to let you get back in here. You've been waiting for a while trying to jump back in. Queen Q in the building says, Supreme Court has ruled multiple times that police are not constitutionally held to protect anyone, no matter what. It sucks, but A. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate, but again, it's accurate. The Supreme Court, and I think it would stem from a New York case. But at the same time, like I said, there have been cases as to where if police had inaction or whatnot, what have you, they've either settled or lost civil cases for their fucking inaction. So I mean, it's both sides, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right, appreciate the super chat, Queen Q. Go ahead, you got it, Hammer. And then we're gonna go to Pablo, but go ahead, Hammer. Oh shit, he was trying to butt in all that time, but I passed it to him. He ain't ready. All right, Pablo, you got it.
Yeah, man. So we all over the place right now, but what people in this space seem to have a hard time with is understanding that two things can be true at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I'll use the George Floyd situation as an example. George Floyd was a screaming, wild banshee that contributed to his own death. Absolutely 100% facts. At the same time, Derek Chauvin violated every departmental policy put in place to keep him within the bounds of Supreme Court law on use of force called Graham versus Connor. And I shared that on Lil Big Nate's channel a few days ago. If you go back and look at Lil Big Nate's live stream that we did on this, Sir Tice laid it out in Graham versus Connor. So he violated all of that. And the reason why he went to prison, and I told Fantastic this 2 weeks before it happened, Derek Chauvin is going to prison because Graham versus Connor takes into account three basic principles. One, the severity of the crime. He was charged with they went to investigate a misdemeanor that many people end up getting a ticket for and showing up in court on their own recognizance. Okay? That passing the funny money thing. Right? So you have the severity of the crime. You have, is the person an immediate danger to the officer or others? The answer is no. He's in handcuffs. He's laying on the ground. Okay? And then the third is something about being a flight risk. He's handcuffed. He's on the ground. He ain't going nowhere. Again, so you got to understand, being a law enforcement officer is a job just like you have a job. And at your job, they have a list of operational procedures, rules, standards, things that you have to comply with and do to keep your job. If you do them, chances are greater than not you will keep your job. If you violate them, if you don't do them, and let's say you go through the day and nothing happens, okay, fine. You wipe your hands of it, you report back the next day. But guess what? Once upon a time, you violate one of those protocols and something happens, guess what? They're going to say, well, did you follow these procedures? And if you didn't, they're not going to back you. Same thing as if you're a law enforcement officer. Guys come in, they come fresh out of the academy, they start working on the street. These veteran officers, they'll see them do stuff and they'll say, oh, that's not in the thing. That's not what we learned. Do you remember in that Chauvin trial when that other officer said, how about we turn him on his side? And what did he say? No, let's keep him right here. Okay, guess what? The rookie was right, not the veteran. The rookie was correct. Turn his ass on his side. He didn't want to do it. And the only time he took his knee off that man's neck was when the ambulance pulled up. Yeah, he took it off when he knew other people were watching. Law enforcement is a job. Fantastic. You're in the Navy. Have you been on an aircraft carrier?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How many safety protocols and rules do they have on an aircraft carrier? A lot.
Hundreds.
Yeah. And what happens, everything could go fine and you break one of them safety protocols. But then when somebody fuck up and somebody gets sucked into that jet intake, then what? Somebody ass is grass.
Well, no.
Somebody is in. Listen, you
used the wrong scenario as to where it wouldn't be anybody's ass grass other than the person that got sucked into the intake. That's something that's something that you do, that would be your fault, not nobody else's.
All right, but what I'm saying is, when things go wrong and it's written down on paper what's supposed to go right, and it doesn't happen, you get held accountable. Correct?
Yeah,
I know that's right in the military. Yeah,
of course.
Same thing when you're in law enforcement. It's no different. Now, let's look at those same criteria that I laid out on that shooting of the 15-year-old girl. Let's use that same criteria I just used for Graham versus Connor in the Chauvin situation. What is the severity of the crime or the issue? Okay, she has the other girl has a knife. She's about to commit an aggravated assault or an attempted murder. Put a check by that one for the use of deadly force. Number 2, is the person a threat to the officer or others? Does she present an imminent threat to the officer or others? Let's put a check by number 2. She does pose an imminent threat. She's about to rear back and stab the girl. And number 3, is the person a flight risk, or are they resisting arrest or whatever? Well, you can put that out. That's an immediate situation, and he asked her to stop and drop it, and she didn't. So we got all 3 of those Graham versus Connor requirements checked. That's a legal shoot a legal use of deadly force, he'll be back on the job in a few weeks. I guarantee. Okay?
Good
So
stuff.
now you can see why now you can see why Derek Chauvin is in prison and the other officer is free. Being a police officer does not make you God, and it does not mean that you are going to just be able to do what you want in the Wild West. I've seen plenty of police officers get fired, get charged with crimes. I went out of the academy of the sheriff's department for a month, and a dude got charged for crimes and got fired. So I know they say they don't do it, but they do it. They do it all the time. You get Officer Faulkner up here, I know he's known guys that got charged with crimes and got fired. They do it all the time.
Matter of fact, shit, you had idiots who get fired in the fucking academy and field training, and rightfully so. What's up, everybody? And woo.
What's
gotta forgive me?
Hey, that was kind of a dry woo you just gave us right there. We'll take it though. We'll take it. But hold on, before I pass it to you.
There's this goddamn Maryland weather, man. The Maryland weather plays the Powerball. 1 minute of 64, 35, 46. God damn. No sniffing like a crackhead when you wake up.
Pass it to you. Shout out to BRP. Says shout out to Bernie and panel. Much support. Much support.
What's
Thank
up,
you very
Bernard?
much.
What's up, Fantastic? What's up, Pablo?
Appreciate you, BRP. Go ahead, Charles. Officer Faulkner. You got the mic.
What's up, Bernard? Fantastic, Pablo, Mike, everybody else. I'm like, look. Fundamentally, there's an old joke being said. There's a policy written because somebody fucked it up for all of us. Like somebody said about chokeholds. Chokeholds are prohibited unless it's edited circumstances. You better have a damn good reason, meaning you could not shoot somebody because there was a person too close or your partner was too close. Now, the one with the young lady, Miss Bryant, different story because he had distance and she was rearing up to stab her. Different story. Is it unfortunate? Yes. Justified? Yes. You have a lot of things when it comes to defund the police. When you work in the government system, whether federal, state, or local, and they're talking about defund something, do I really trust these people to put the money elsewhere? Hell no. Do I wish they could take some of the money and put it in education? Yeah, because I think that's one of the issues that's plaguing the Black community. I've always said this for years. 3 things the Black community doesn't give a damn about: Black boys, education, and being the heroes of your own narrative. For many of years, even with the Gray Faulkner Initiative, I've stated this. One of the biggest issues is that, one, I don't care what laws you put in place, the only way you're going to change the culture of policing is to get more of our Black asses in the police departments. It's the same. It's no different than in the military. You actually started civil rights through that. You couldn't deny people who fought for the whole damn country and sit there and say, well, we can't give them rights. Well, these motherfuckers fought for you. It's going to have to take some sweat equity into getting into this shit. Do I like the fact that you have, I forget what is it, Lincoln, or which HBCU that started the police academy? And my heart of hearts is about damn time. It should be funded, and you should have more brothers and sisters, brothers in particular, joining these departments, changing the culture. It's no different than how you look at the NBA or the NFL, and none of us was around when that shit was all white, were we? You can't even fathom an all white NBA or NFL. So when you have these departments and their policies, which are public knowledge, by the way, as they should be, I really think a lot of it deals with also ignorance of not knowing what the procedures are. When you brought up Israel and other places, you got to remember, a lot of those countries you bring up have mandatory 2 years in the military or some type of paramilitary organization, where the ignorance is pretty low of what those organizations have to do. So there's a reasonable, okay expectation of what's going to happen. Now, let me see. Well, like I said right away, what about the other cops and the young man? See, and that happened in New York, right? New York is a weird fucking creature to me. Like, some of these places, like cigarettes, I wouldn't even bother with this. Like, dude, I don't care if you're selling some goddamn loose cigarettes. Is that going to stop crime? Is that going to stop a murder, a robbery, a burglary? No. And how can I say this in proper context? It's some of these go hard white boys who want to try to long range of the whole fucking world for some reason, thinking that stopping a guy selling cigarettes is going to be the end all be all. No. Even with the George Floyd case, a $20 counterfeit bill, you should not even know who these people are. If he got any property or any items from the store, it gets returned. You write down Floyd's information. You submit the $20 bill, because Secret Service is going to laugh at you if you even waste your time calling them. This shit just went way out of control, way out of hand. And it's just one of those stupid ass things. Now, when the drugs played in part of it, yeah, a lot of shit should have been handled so fucking differently, and that's why I said before, they're going to use his ass as the example. They're going to write so many goddamn policies, that police chief, commissioner, whatever the fuck title he holds, and all those departmental lawyers are going to write so many goddamn policies concerning stuff like this. It's not even going to be funny. That's why you have a lot of these body cams, and you have a lot of these cameras on the transport wagons, and you have a lot of different training going on. And I'm just looking at it like, this is actually a good time and moment for black men to actually join the police department, because the culture will change once we get in there to do so. But go ahead.
Yeah, one quick question. Well, shout out to Snuggles. I appreciate you coming through with the $5. And you already addressed what she said there. One odd question that just popped in my head. Have you and your fellow officers on the job have y'all had to hold somebody down in that more or less the same position that George Floyd was held down like that?
No, like, you hold a person down. There are times you got to wrestle a motherfucker to the ground. Situation dictates. No call is the same. Do I have to put my knee on somebody's neck? No.
On their back?
I remember when you could put them on their back or their stomach, but
no, I mean, no. Have you put your knee on somebody's back like that though?
No.
Fantastic, looking like he don't believe you. You on mute, like, Fantastic. You on mute.
And it's like for example.
Yeah, that's cap, bro. Stop. That's cap.
Well, it's like, for example, I don't need to put my knee on anybody's back. Trust me.
Oh yeah, like, you just whoop their ass. Remember, because you whoop their ass, right?
Sometimes you may have to.
Oh, so hold on.
Fantastic.
Hold on. Well, no. Well, wait. Hold on. So, what's the difference between whooping the ass and subduing with some type of hold? What's worse? See, I'm glad he came up there. Hold on.
I've actually done both.
Well, hold on. Wait. You just wait.
Remember what I told you? Situation dictates.
Well, hold on. Well, again, the situation dictates. You just said, chokeholds are. You said, what did you say? I don't want to misquote you. What did you say they are? Are they banned or what? Or restricted? Prohibited. So prohibited means not allowed. But at the same time, you said due to the situation, what? They're authorized in extreme circumstances and whatnot, right?
You better have a damn good reason.
Okay, well, what's a damn good reason? He got a knife. He got a gun. I mean, it's a dude that's my size or your size, and you can't subdue him, and he's overpowering. Let's say a female officer. Is a female officer authorized to use a chokehold?
Well, put it to you this way. Here's a difference to answer your question. If you have, how tall are you, Fantastic?
6'5".
How much do you weigh?
275.
So, is it going to be reasonable that a person your size against a 5'4", 150-pound female officer, could you easily overpower her?
I could easily overpower a grown ass man that's 220 pounds.
So I want you to say this, right? So would it be reasonable more so for her than me to use my service weapon?
Well, no. Why she jump to the service weapon versus using the chokehold?
Can you overpower her physically? Can she match you in physical strength?
You're proving my point.
So in other words, situations dictate. They're not going to look at her the same way they look at you or me, will they? No.
Okay, so still you're still proving my point.
So in other words, situations dictate, meaning you take that female officer, switch her out and make her the suspect. Do you think they're going to allow me to take my service weapon at her? She's unarmed, and I'm going to use my service weapon. No.
Okay, but how are you going to subdue her?
Either you grab her, because you can physically overpower her, right?
Okay.
It's a little bit different when the tables are turned.
Exactly. So again, you're still helping my point. The whole thing about being in any type of physical situation is anything can happen. Again, if I want to stop a person from resisting, well, let's just make it again, because the what's the name was pretty much in my favor. Now let's make this an officer that's a grown man. Let's say he's 5'11", 200 pounds. Okay, so does he still have the authorization to shoot me, or would you rather him give me the prohibited chokehold to subdue me, make me pass out, put me into custody, and everything goes on about its way? Because this is my thing. I know the officers don't have the duty to do anything to preserve life or even protect citizens. I understand that. But if you want to, for PR purposes, right?
You kind of do, but go ahead.
Well, the Supreme, like people, I'm just doing this for the officer. And again, I'm glad you said that from a police officer's perspective. But people now are using the Supreme Court thing as a thing to say officers don't have to protect you, officers don't have to protect you. But I'm glad you said this from you understand that either way.
You actually have to preserve life, though. But go ahead.
All right, so this is what I'm saying. So okay, why would he jump to taking a life versus using a prohibited chokehold again to choke me to sleep, put me out, put me in handcuffs, and going about my way? Because like I said, I know I'd be a dick, or if I'm a criminal, of course I'm gonna say, oh, he used a chokehold, use a chokehold. My thing is, are the police officers or the mayors or whoever it may the police commissioners, or the captains or whoever it may be, are they not fighting for their police officers? They well, hey man, look, what do you want him to do? He could have shot the man. He had him dead to rights. He was resisting. He was overpowering. So my officer used a fucking chokehold to, subdue the suspect. He's in custody. He was recovered. He wasn't killed. What's the issue here?
I'm going to answer your question like this. You've been in the military for how long?
17.
Okay. I've done 10 years. Are all soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines the same?
No, of course not.
Some are better shaped, some are better trained, right?
Yep.
Same thing with police departments or fire departments. See, whereas though I wrestled internationally, I've trained in jiu-jitsu, boxing, and MMA. Is that every officer? No.
No, very small percentage.
Like I've been hit squared in the face and I laughed at people. Now, fights on. You put them in, you knock them out, hell, if you have to. But you still have to give him medical treatment. You put him in a joint lock? Yeah. Do I like chokeholds personally? Sure. I don't care how big or strong you are. You need oxygen. But here's the fundamental problem. You're going to get somebody who's not that well trained, who's going to put a chokehold on somebody. Remember the little tit for tat we had about blood chokes and windpipe chokes? You're going to get somebody who's going to panic. Just like the chick with the who was grabbing for her taser. What did she do? She panicked. And most likely, I bet you she didn't have that much street time. She probably just got back on the street.
Be careful. That's coon talk. You making an excuse for that officer shooting that man. That was clearly a gun. Come on now. Who talking?
And that's
Fantastic,
not
fantastic.
excuse.
You
Well,
That's not
hold on,
excuse
Officer
because I'm gonna
Faulkner.
tell you what happened.
Hold
I'm gonna
on,
tell
real
you what
quick.
happens a lot
To
of
what
times.
degree is that possible to reach for your gun, but accidentally? I mean, reach for your taser, but accidentally grab the gun, feel the gun in your hand, not know that it's a gun in your hand, and pull the trigger. How possible is that?
That's bullshit.
From an officer perspective.
To me, that's a lot of bullshit because you have to cross draw, and she panicked, and because most likely, I bet you $20 that she probably just got back on the street or she was at some comfy just job.
and never been in a fight.
Never been in shit.
Okay, well let me put the question like this: do you believe that she was consciously aware that it was her gun in her hand at the moment that she pulled that trigger?
Who knows?
The way she's looking at it, we don't know. I can't personally know, but she panicked. She fucking panicked. It's no different than this is where I will agree, which they actually done in the academy for years, several years. I'm a person, and I'll say this: I'm a personal believer. You should not want to be a fucking cop, especially in cities like Baltimore, New York, LA, Detroit, Chicago, and you've never been in a physical altercation in your life. I've said that for years. You got to be fucking crazy. Because you're a cop long enough, you're gonna get hit in the face. So get used to it.
And fantastic. Real quick, fantastic. You have to also understand there's a difference. There's a different legal duty for a law enforcement officer when you're in custody versus when you're trying to place someone in custody. Whole different apples and oranges. When a person is in custody and restrained, you can no longer initiate any type of offensive, I want to say offensive force against them.
Hold on, Pablo. Pablo, when did you come into the stream? When did you come into the stream? Were you here from the beginning?
No, I was here about 5-10 minutes after y'all started.
Okay, so you were in Georgia too, right? You in Georgia?
Yeah.
All right. Are you aware of the deputy that was killed in Georgia during a transport inside the jail?
Bruh, that don't change what I just said.
No, it actually does. Hold on, wait.
When you're
brother.
When you're in custody, when you are restrained, you can't start adding shit to people.
Okay, again, so I'm going to ask you again, and so obviously you're not listening. You weren't here, so there was an officer killed by a man that was in custody. It was several officers, which means more than two, were transporting him. He was in cuffs, in custody, inside the fucking jail. Okay, during that transport, guess what happened? He overpowered several grown-ass men, wrestled a knife away from one of the fucking officers, and he stabbed him to death. Put the other one in intensive care. So, say that again.
It doesn't change anything I just said. Because you got a one-off and somebody managed to do something.
It's not a one-off, bro. Let's not do that, Pablo. Let's not do that. Pablo, how many officers are killed per year? Hold on. How's a dude that's a police officer gonna say that's a one-off? Bro, stop it.
Listen,
Pablo,
it doesn't change the legal. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. It does not change the legal duty and requirements of an officer when the person is restrained.
Okay, so do you not think that's a problem? As a police officer yourself, do you not see the problem? No. Okay, well, either way, for when you were a cop or any current cops, do you not see the problem in that, bro? Listen, I don't give a fuck. Listen, all right then. So why are you up here? Something that you see as an inherent issue, bringing it up as like it's a good thing. Again, that's still a problem. Change. You're limiting. Whenever you limit a police officer, bro. And again, when one side has rules, they have to fucking go by.
I'm not telling you how I'd like it to
hold
be.
On.
Though,
this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing here. Pablo said there's a difference in duty from when he's not in custody versus when he's in custody. I don't think Pablo was saying that the cop shouldn't be able or prepared to defend himself against a potential deadly attack just because he's in custody.
Yeah, but this is what I'm telling you, Bernard. Again, I know what he's trying to get to. He's going back to the George Floyd shit. But this is what I'm telling you: in protection of the fucking officers, if the officers don't use the to the limit of their capabilities to keep someone subdued and restrained, okay, what happens? Motherfuckers get killed.
There are other tactics and things that you.
No, it's not, bro. It's not.
You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it.
Well, hold on. Before you jump in, Charles Faulkner, we killed dragons and the other person on the panel. I'm going to get to y'all, but I had to give some preference to Officer Faulkner because he's a cop, so he has a certain insight on this. But Great Britain, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. He says, can Officer Faulkner speak on Baltimore Western District, literally begging for citizens in that area to apply and nobody applying? Thank you for that, Great Britain. And Snuggles, I see you out there. You got mad because I didn't use your personal graphic when you super chatted. Here you go.
Hi, I'm Snuggles.
All right, there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
I haven't seen that shit in years. Where the fuck did you find that one, boy? Where the fuck did you find that? See, there are one-off things because, like in the military, complacency kills. And instead of actually making sure this guy was properly subdued and having sufficient enough people there, because I'm like, where did this happen in Georgia? Like, a lot of people get complacent.
Hey, y'all talk amongst yourself. Hold on, y'all talk amongst yourself for a second. I'm about to go grab some more coffee. If y'all get a chance, pass it to We Kill Dragons, or aka Truth As I Know It, and somebody new is on the panel who has the name of We Are Micaiah. So I am interested in what this individual has to say as well. So I'm about to go get some coffee real quick. If y'all get a chance, work it to them. But I did have to give preference to Officer Faulkner here. But all right, I'll be right back.
Because a lot of these situations, complacency kills. You'll have people who are not searching, because once you arrest a person, you have the same probable cause for search. And you'll find, why didn't you search this person? Well, I did. You'll find drugs, you'll find knives, you'll find all kinds of shit. It's gonna piss you the fuck off, because guess what? What if this guy got up his restraints and start attacking somebody? Which has happened. Does it happen frequently? Not that much. But complacency kills. So when you don't have the sufficiency and actually making sure this person is properly searched and properly actually restrained, you're going to have incidents like that. Just like if this guy's a known runner, why not put the shackles on his legs? If this person has been known to carry knives and weapons, you better sure as shit and search this motherfucker head to toe. Wherever you can hide a weapon, wherever you think, whatever body cavity. I've seen motherfuckers hide knives in their dreads. So you're gonna have to be a prick and very particular. Hey, you might even have to groin check a motherfucker. You'd be surprised how many motherfuckers will carry a 22 or a 38 in the crack of their ass. And you'll be surprised. You'll be like, yo, I ain't doing that. But next thing you know, you hear bow, bow, bow go out, and that was the fucking wagon transport getting shot. So a lot of shit should be taken seriously. Are you going to have some fucking outliers? Yeah. You're going to have some fucking outliers. And usually when you play games like this in this type of field, you don't get second chances. So go ahead.
Truth As I Know It. Truth As I Know It. It's on you, bro. I'm mute.
And Fantastic. I was just giving you the legal theories behind the policing, not necessarily making a political statement about who's right and what's the right thing to do and all that. I'm just basically giving you the legal theory behind use of force and all of that stuff. I'm not making a political statement either way. Okay, Just
Well,
FYI.
again, I'm not making it political at all. What I'm saying simply is this: the more you restrict any person, especially a police officer, the more you pretty much you send them down a track of only one thing, which is lethal force. The more you take away chokeholds and even striking pain compliance, whatever it may be, and you just leave pretty much the option of being, hey, taser or service weapon, you're going to end up with more fatalities because again, you're hamstringing the officers into into the procedures of fucking taking somebody into custody. When hell, hey, it's a lot easier for me to shoot the motherfucker. I can't put him in a chokehold. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. The more and more you take things away, the more you lead them down the motherfucking narrow path of firearms or at least projectile weapons.
See, the crazy part about that,
My mic's working now.
Yeah, you're good. But the crazy part about the chokehold thing, real quick, and then I'm gonna let you speak, brother, is that one, chokeholds is a very learned art. You take judo and jiu-jitsu, you're gonna it's, I forget, in judo there's a certain age restriction before you can do chokeholds. A lot of people, would I trust them to do chokeholds? No. Striking, they'll never take away striking because that's part of compliance. It's called part of the force continuum. Joint locks, I'm a fan of joint locks. You know, something about a nice joint lock that gets a person in very good compliance. I don't care how you are or who you are. A wrist lock, arm lock, knee bar, ankle twist, or foot lock, yeah, that'll get your attention. Do you have enough people? In my personal opinion, if I was the department head or the police commissioner or chief, basic boxing, basic wrestling, basic ground fighting, yes, you should know how to fucking actually throw a proper strike. One, you will protect yourself, and two, to actually hit a person with sufficient force that they would comply if needed. And also not to actually break your own damn wrist or hand, and actually proper basic wrestling. Know how to take a person down, control the fight, get wrist control, do trips, double legs, throws, get some top positioning, ground fighting. And if anybody ever wore a duty belt, it's the most encumbersome thing in the fucking world. I don't care if you're in the military or not. You're very top heavy. Your center of balance changes. So if you're on your back, which God knows you do not want to be in the fucking street fight, anything you grab a hold, number one, make sure your weapon's secured because that's the first fucking thing they'll go for. There were many a times motherfuckers try to go for my gun and I had to break his arm in a Kimura lock. You know, situation dictates, and also the people who's in that situation also dictates. And was the guy bigger than me? Yes, he was 30 pounds heavier. So when you have those situations, I think that officers need to be physically fit. I really hate the fact that I see a bunch of guys who are out of shape, can't even walk a block without looking like he stepped in a swimming pool, and he's in a situation. How are you going to keep the fight up till we get there? So it also deals with that issue. So when you go into the chokehold route, everything else I don't mind, but chokeholds, especially when adrenaline and people holding on to choke too damn long, no, that's too much. That's too high of a propensity. That's why they want you to stay away from those unless it's a deadly force situation, like you have no other choice. Now, if there's no other choice, which, okay, you better be damn good at explaining it. But go ahead, who wanted to speak?
Truth is, I know it.
Yeah, I got it. What I wanted to talk about, excuse me, I'm on my mic, I'm on my Bluetooth, so I don't know how good that sounds, but ultimately, for me, this conversation is about government power. When we're talking about chokeholds and who shot who and was it justified and all that, to me, it seems like we're kind of getting in the weeds a little bit. But ultimately, it's about government power. So, you know, you see these fights about Obamacare and the Affordable Health Plan, and people go, oh, we don't want government in healthcare because they'll fuck it up. And they will fuck it up. You know, we don't want the government involved with our families and family court and child support court and divorce court and all that. So there's, we don't want government overly involved. And so when we're having these conversations and we're talking about, are the police doing too much? If we don't, should we defund the police or shouldn't we defund the police? If we don't have these cops, if we go on strike, Black America is going to be in real danger. And so, it's about government power. So then people go, Fantastic, he's got his opinions and he's got some valid opinions. He's got a valid perspective. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he says, but it's very logical. I understand what he's saying. But people then they shoot back and they go, well, I don't understand because this is a conversation about government power, and it sounds like Mr. Fan. This is what they say is that they feel like you're siding with your master. That's literally how they look at it. Why are you siding with the master? Why are you siding on why are you on the side of government power? And it's because there's many different reasons why. But it's really not even about that. See, what it's about though is that it's something that Hume said. He wrote in the 1700s. He was a Scottish philosopher, and he basically said that when governments are built off the opinions of the people. When governments can form the opinions of the people, they'll be able, no matter if they're the most free societies or if they're the most despotic, authoritarian societies, they can get away with what they want to get away with, and it's just that easy. So when you look at, I look at the panel, and these guys, pretty much the panel's all pro cops. Pablo and Charles are both police officers, and then I look at Mike. It sounds like he works for a government agency. The guy who said he was wrestling meth heads or whatever. And if he's not working for a government agency, he's most certainly getting funds from the government. And Mr. Fantastic's a lifelong military member. So, part of and furthermore, the United States government is the largest employer in the United States. So, we need the government. We need the police. We need men like yourselves who work for the government, providing services to keep us safe, to keep people protected. You guys are all doing good work out here. And personally, I support all you guys, and I support what you do. But again, it comes back to the opinions, right? And so when we have our opinions and we don't push back against government power, and we fall in line with government power, that can be very problematic. And this is what we're having these marches, out here in Portland. They're still protesting the police. They're still going on marches. So we have this big national fight over government power, which is a good thing. No matter what side you belong on, you want to be able to put that government power in check. So when it comes to the police state, and this is, really what we're talking about, do we need police? Yes. But is mass incarceration problematic? Is there too much police violence? Yes, most certainly yes. I think we should all be able to agree with that. And if you understand the history of the United States police force, you know that the original police force were slave catchers. If you understand how the prisons and jail systems work,
hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there because modern policing actually started in Great Britain. Okay,
that's
slave
true.
catchers are
but
actually
over here in the United States. But
over here in the United States, slave
police.
catchers were bounty hunters. Okay, they're
Yeah,
bail bondsmen. Okay,
the original police in America were slave catchers.
No,
that's where it comes from. Yes.
Yeah, because they actually had bail bondsmen and actually bounty hunters. So we're gonna get the narrative correct. Now finish, please.
Yeah, the narrative is correct, and it's true. Our prisons and jail system is built off what they brought over from England. That's absolutely true. But my point is that there's a reason why. Okay, so if you look at the world's prison population, the United States of America has 22% of the world's prison population, while we're only 4% of the world's population. So if you look at that, you look at that and you go, that means that black men make up roughly 1 in 10 prisoners in the world. Black men in America make up 1 in 10 prisoners in the entire world. And that's not by mistake. And that's because our prisons and jail system it was set up to catch our black ass and put us in prison. So this is why we have a police state that takes its teeth and puts it at the throat of Black America. This is
okay, but how many? How many black men are committing? Hold on, real quick. Yeah, how many black men are committing crimes, bro? Why we keep coming back to this?
Okay, but
white supremacy and slave catchers. Why are we talking about slavery in 2021?
I'll explain it to you. And this is what I'm saying with your political opinions. Because what you don't understand is this is why people go, why are you siding with your masters? You have a whole
okay, wait, hold on, I'm sorry. I don't got a master. I don't think
he keeps throwing that jab. He keeps throwing that jab, Bernard, like I'm supposed to react some type of way. Look, bro,
I'm saying government.
I don't know. Nobody on this channel has a master.
Yeah, you're masters. What the fuck? I get a paycheck, nigga. 17 years strong, never miss one.
So the reason why the police force, hold on,
let me finish what I'm saying, man. Let me finish. See, what I'm saying is triggering, and
bro, it's not triggering. You're negotiating.
Let me get it out.
Yeah, you've been talking. No one cut you off until like I don't know how long, bro.
I've been waiting here for a good 15 minutes while you guys were discussing. Let me get this.
Okay, and you talked for a straight 8 minutes. You talked for a substantial amount of time.
The only time you were interrupted is when you made the comment about the slave catcher stuff.
Let me explain what I'm saying. Because what you have is government power. That's the master. It's not. I mean, government power is everybody's master all over the world. It's not like Fantastic, and I'm talking down to you guys. It's my master too. That's just how government works. And
can I ask you a question?
Wait a minute.
You said you're not our. Wait a minute. You're not our.
I don't like when. Wait a minute. Truth. Just let me say this. I don't like when black people do that. We understand our history. When we talk about master, we talking about massa and slaves. We talking about us being slaves. And then when somebody say, "Wait a minute, that's not how it is." Oh no. I mean the government in the world and in everywhere. The government in China is the master of the Chinese people. And no, you're talking about something different. Don't categorically put a government that govern with the consent of the people and funded by the people and technically work for us. Don't call that a master. Don't because we know what an actual slave and master situation is. It's not that. You can talk about power dynamics, but that's what we have elections for. We get people out of there if they fucking up. So I mean,
I have a question.
We can't go there. We can't do that.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Bernard, do you have like a 12-foot wall around your house?
No.
Do you, Fantastic?
No.
Mike?
Actually, in Vegas, there are walls around the neighborhoods around here. If you've ever been out here, but I get what you're saying.
Hold on.
I'll say no.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea to put one up.
It's not bad, even though. But I'm gonna say this. If you could walk down, If you could walk down the street.
This is what
hold on, Truth. Hold on for a second.
He study by raising a question. He goes. He's surprised to see the easiness with which people subordinate themselves to power systems. That's a mystery.
That's the only way they work.
People themselves. Charles, would you let me finish?
I mean, you've been going on for 20 minutes in a circle.
People themselves really have power. Why do they subject themselves to master? The answer, he says, must be consent.
Men have been governed by other since the dawn of time.
Number one. Let's hold up. God damn it, hold up. Number one.
They keep the public in line by their belief that they must subordinate themselves to power systems. As you said, the miracle of in all societies.
Truth. Okay, Charles was trying to jump in here on you. I just want to say, last I checked,
I just want to get my opening statement out. Why can't I get it out?
How long is the opening statement?
Because your opening statement turned into the State of the Union address.
I would have answered all your questions.
Because I'm gonna put it to you this way.
All right, we got
truth. Nobody's triggered. It's just the fact that you went on.
You said enough to where
time going on and on and on. Charles, are you kidding me?
Hey. Come on, man. Give me some host respect in here. All right. Truth, I understand you got more that you want to say, but you said enough right now to where it's grounds for some back and forth discussion about what you said thus far, and hopefully the other things you wanted to say.
I wanted to bring it home, Bernard. I was going to bring it home, and it would have cleared it up for you.
I know, but you got to land the plane at some point, and it wasn't the plane.
The plane I went for like 90 seconds.
I thought
you were talking for 12 minutes.
It was a short trip.
I thought you were talking for
12 minutes, like uninterrupted.
Like I was upstairs doing my coffee when you.
Bernard done did a whole workout, nigga. You was talking the whole time he was gone. Stop playing, bro. Like we let you talk. Charles Faulkner, the only time he interrupted you was the slave catcher shit, and then we let you go again uninterrupted, bro. Are you not realizing
that didn't happen at all? No, that didn't happen. It hasn't been uninterrupted.
That did happen. The chat telling you that. Even the chat laughing at you, bro. We not making this shit up.
It's recorded. We're on a live stream. We can stream it back and show you.
Yeah, bro. We didn't interrupt you.
All right.
It's like the point that I'm making.
I want a response to what you've said thus far. Then you can land the plane. Thank you, Melody, for the $10 super chat. Appreciate that. And yeah, I do hit the like button as she's requesting that you do right there. Go ahead, go ahead, and you can respond to what he says thus far. Truth, as I know it, I will make sure you get the mic back.
The point that I make is this: is that yes, America's a police state, but you like to walk outside. You don't. You have a powerful military. You like to have, in other words, you have to have some type of order. You want to go to the ATM, and if you put in, I want $300, you expect $300 American dollars to come back out. So a lot of those privileges, you're going to have a powerful police and powerful military. Okay? You want to be able to,
government that's funded by you. Go ahead.
Exactly. So you want the privileges to say, you know what? Oh, okay, Grandpa is going through a heart attack. You want somebody to get there immediately to save Grandpa's life or whoever. When we complain about this powerful police state, when you go overseas and you see 12 to 20 foot walls and women getting damn near accosted on the street and men getting the shit kicked out of them over less than 20 cents, you'll be happy to have that police state. Now, is it perfect? No. But it's a lot better than the alternative. But go ahead. Agree.
You don't even have to go overseas, bro. You can go to Mexico. You don't got to go overseas. You can go to South America, bro. Central and South America. Listen, bro, it laughs at me. And again, this is something that me and Charles Faulkner, I guess, understand because.
I get this out or no?
Well, damn, bro.
Well, he asked me. He made a statement. I was supposed to respond, and now
go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro.
You're responding to him.
Go ahead, bro.
The point I said from the beginning, I said we need police. I said I support police. I said I support the military. Okay, so obviously we need police, but 1 in 10 prisoners in the world is black men, and we look at that. We go, I don't see a problem with that. We do the crime. Everything seems normal. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, what else are we going to do? And that's what you're saying, Fantastic, right? Isn't that what you're saying? You guys are just going to look at this as normal because we're looking at the crime rate. And
bro, is
the problem.
Now you ask me a question that I can't answer.
We have our opinions where we concede power to the government.
Now you ask me a question and I can't answer it, and you're repeating yourself, bro. If you're not saying anything new, there's no need to talk. Bro, it's no need to talk if you saying the same shit. Bro, you saying the same shit. You're not saying nothing different.
Funding the police. I'm not.
Bro, you're saying the same shit.
Truth. Hold on, wait, truth.
This nigga is saying the same shit.
I know he made the same statement. I'm about to see if he's about to say something different.
No, he's not. He gonna keep saying the same shit.
No, I'm not. Why are you yelling?
Go ahead, Truth.
Bro, because you won't let nobody else talk.
Truth, go ahead.
I keep interrupting. So what I'm saying is so when we talk about defund the police, it doesn't mean that we abolish the police or they don't get any money. It's a very poorly worded term. It's not a really good, it's the worst phraseology they could have used because it doesn't sound like what it means. What it means is that you build a better system where you don't have to lock 1 in 10 black men in the penitentiary because you reallocate those government funds in ways that work. Now, Officer Charles brought up early that nobody believes that that's going to work because those monies either will get siphoned off where they won't work or they'll get, grifted off. And that's a very valid point. I actually agree with that. But the point is, though, we should build a better government. The government should work for us in ways where 1 in 10 black men aren't going to prison, where the social conditions aren't producing these crime rates in the black community. And that's what these protests, that's what this is all about. If you're just comfortable and you want to just pour more money into the same military industrial complex, into the same police state, then we're going to continue to have these same issues. That's what defund the police means. It means reallocating in funds in ways that are more effective.
All right, Oswald, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate that. I'll go ahead. I'll pass it to Fantastic, but it is worth pointing. I understand some of the point that you're making because it does seem ridiculous at face value that the United States houses 25% of the world's criminals. I do understand why at face value that appears to be a problem, that maybe we're doing something wrong with our policing. So I will grant you that point. So there. Go ahead, Fantastic.
Okay, so again, the major flaw in his fucking logic is this, bro. The rest of the world doesn't have a criminal justice system at all. I mean, like Charles Faulkner just told you this. Anybody that's ever had military service or been to a third world country understands this. Bro, you literally have people that rob people or kill people, shoot people in broad daylight, and nothing happens. Okay, so and I guess you missed that point of what he's trying to explain to you. If you want that, defund the police, bro. This whole allocating shit, nobody means allocating anything. The state of Minneapolis is the prime example of what defund the police meant and is. So don't give me the bullshit you're talking about. Everything you're talking about is bullshit. It means exactly what it says. They want to take fucking money from the police and give it to other bullshit motherfucking things that don't have anything to do with it, that are going to reduce fucking the police force, reduce police training, all the things you're claiming that you want, and it's going to result in more black men being arrested because there's more crime. Okay, the lesser the amount of fucking police you have, the more crime you're going to have, because that fucking tells criminals it's motherfucking time to eat. It's Christmas. It's motherfucking. It's a celebration. It's their birthday. It's everything. So again, bro, this is why y'all progressive motherfuckers kill me, bro, with this bullshit. Bro, the answer is not reducing the manpower. You have never been in a military or police fucking structure. Do not understand the importance of fucking manpower and training. Okay,
manpower is everything.
Damn, that's why y'all, somebody that doesn't have any of the fucking knowledge of the systems that want to talk about military industrial complex and all this fucking bullshit, bro. Y'all got the most to say, bro. You've never not in one day defended anybody. You haven't even defended yourself. So that's what I'm saying. If you've never been in a fucking position to defend somebody else or to work for the fucking the greater good of a city, a state, or a country, a nation, bro, you're not qualified to talk about it. You're just speculating and giving like bullshit excuses, bro. Again, the data is on my side. Defund the police happened in Minneapolis. What did the Minneapolis fucking Minneapolis mayor end up doing? The Minneapolis mayor had the motherfucker allocate special emergency funds in order to get money to get other police to come police the fucking thing, just for the possible results of the George Floyd case. You know, where even though they won, niggas still rioted, you know? So again, bro, what you're talking about is bullshit. You want some emotional, philosophical bullshit when the data and the facts are on my side.
How am I emotional when you're screaming and yelling and making weird faces?
I like to cut it for a minute because
your skin's all shiny. Nobody's over here getting emotional, but you, Fantastic.
You keep saying that, bro. You just say lame shit in a low voice. You say lame shit in a low voice, bro. You just say lame shit in a low voice. You don't have enough testosterone.
I like to cut it for a second because
you don't have enough testosterone.
I know that people know that Fantastic and I go back and forth as a healthy exercise, but I do agree with them. This is what happens.
Of course you do.
And
you guys are lifelong government employees.
Hold on, man.
Hold on, wait. Let Officer speak. Let Officer Faulkner speak.
There's no
man, Fantastic.
You can't change the government at all. We can't
Fantastic.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, I ask you let Officer Faulkner speak. Come on, man.
Man, Fantastic and have an ideological disposition with each other, but as grown-ass men, we can agree when the other's right, can't we? I mean, here's the problem. which you have in police departments. You have low manpower, which means people work overtime. Then there's mandatory overtime. Okay, you get drafted, which is 4 hours. Studies have shown that the more you work, you're not even supposed to use that weapon for 16 hours more. So you're gonna
Fatigue.
have more.
Fatigue.
You're gonna have fatigue. You're gonna have more anxiety,
Police don't
whatever.
reduce crime, Charles. You know that. The prisons and
Bullshit.
jail system, bullshit. It doesn't.
What?
No,
I'm
it
gonna put it
doesn't.
to you this way: if police didn't
No.
reduce crime in the city of Baltimore 1 year,
No, the studies have proven that. More
Hold on,
prisons
Baltimore
and
1
jails
year.
don't reduce crime.
Can you hear me
Increases
now? In
crime.
the city of
That's what
Baltimore
the
1
studies
year,
have shown, and you know that. Now you're
we
being
brought down the murder
disingenuous. You're
rate
being
from 1 year.
intellectually disingenuous. Everybody knows
Down
that.
the murder
All the
rate
people
from
with
1 year to
PhDs in
three
criminal
from
justice
300
are
to
all saying the
175.
same thing.
So
Furthermore,
So hold
prisons
on,
and
wait,
jails are not created to
Truth.
rehabilitate. They're meant to punish.
All right, Truth.
So in other words,
any credible criminologist will tell you that.
So in other words, what's the three
hold on,
things?
Truth. You said that police officers don't reduce crime. Officer Faulkner wants to reply to that, so you got to take a break. Let him respond. I want to hear what he got to say.
Can I respond?
And I promise you got the mic next, Mike R.
That's got his throat on the neck of black man. And you go, oh, no,
shit,
nothing's
man,
fine.
Truth. I've
So
never
take the
seen you
boot
like
off. You
this.
go, no, keep the boot
See,
on
this
my
is
neck.
what
Keep that
happens when
boot
you
on
have
my
somebody
neck.
who lives off of practice and not who lives off of theory
I've
and not
never
practice.
seen dude
Thank
like
you.
you.
This dude's never been in a position to do anything of like.
All right,
Come
Charles
on, man.
Faulkner, I would like for you to respond to what he said about the police
Thank you,
not reducing
Bernard.
crime.
See, this is what you understand. Number one, when we talk about the force continuum, the first thing that deters crime is your mere presence in that area alone. Okay? So the statistics actually point that out. People are less likely to commit stupid shit when you're there. Are there going to be some brazen motherfuckers? Yes. But those are the few and far between. You've actually went and you targeted the people who committed the crimes. When somebody said, hey, you know what? Let's stop worrying about these fucking car stops and target the motherfuckers actually plaguing this fucking neighborhood. You know what happened? Crime went down like a goddamn prom dress. You actually had federal convictions of people who were major drug dealers in different areas. Guess what else happened? Your shootings went down. The amount of drug deals went down. Your homicides went down. You went from actually having 300 1 year to 170 the next. Dramatic change. And when Fantastic said, when they put more handcuffs on the police, which they literally did, instead of saying, you know what? Anybody with some goddamn common sense, deal with the criminals. Now, I'm not saying you don't make a car stop and sometimes you may have to give somebody a ticket for speeding or whatnot. That's a judgment call by that officer. You focus on crime that affects the community. Just like I put the Gray Faulkner Initiative. You can't say that I want a seat at the table if you don't even walk into the kitchen damn door. A lot of people keep saying that, well, the police state, why don't you become a part of the police state and change the goddamn culture? When you take advantage of this, so you're going to allow white guys from West Virginia, Pennsylvania to come into your neighborhoods and make fucking middle class to $100,000 a year when it's something you could have taken. But you're going to be the same group of people who complain we can't get jobs. Here's an application, apply. Do you have a clean background? I'm the guy who speaks to recruiters who are sergeants and lieutenants now and said, this is the first damn thing we went to the goddamn police commissioner and said, you can't tell a person they smoke weed one time and they disqualified. Just one. They're not addicted to it. They're not hooked on it. They only smoked it was years ago. You have criteria that actually keep a lot of people out. Now, if you have a terrible record, sorry, you can't be a police officer. Sorry, you're a criminal. Sorry. But yet, it's the same shit when you talk about, well, we need to defund the police. No, you need actually training and make sure you can get the best possible candidates.
Exactly.
of sound mind and body. You need to actually take more money and funds to say, look, I want the best possible people out of my fucking community. Give me that. You get squeaky wheel gets the oil. Too many times, and I think it's really because a lot of black people cannot see a black man in a position of power. I'm really starting to believe that shit. But go ahead.
All right, we got the.
I
said I'm gonna pass it to Mike R. But Chief Rock in the building said, "B. Raleigh, can you have that brother expand on what those social programs are and get Officer Faulkner's take on what he sees on a daily basis?" We kind of got his take on that already. We'll circle back to that, Chief Rock. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. RX Dash O says, Mr. Fantastic, absolutely correct. I approve this message. Shout out to the Rocco Killer in the building says, even with all that truth said, there is still a cultural problem in our community. I agree with that. And we also got number 16 in the building says, police suppress crime, not stop it. Crime is a social issue, not a law issue.
Thank you.
Yeah, like how you put that right there. Shout out.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
You appreciate the $10 super chat. Appreciate that.
Goddamn, Bernard, you show your age with these.
Oh yeah. The community logic equals everybody else needs to change their behaviors except for Keisha and Pookie. Good stuff.
And just real quick before you throw the mic, I know it's Mike's turn. Let me just say this again, bro. An opinionated article by the Marshall Project, bro. Get him out of here, bro. That's bullshit. There's nothing fucking factual or supports this other than the opinion. The opinion of anti-police motherfuckers.
All right, we ain't going. We ain't going. Indigenous TV says polls last year revealed that the majority of blacks in inner cities oppose defunding the police. Rich non-black liberals want to abolish police. Interesting.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because they know whose back's thrown against the wall.
Okay, go ahead and say that. What did you say?
I was saying they know whose backs are against the wall when you don't have police in their neighborhoods.
It's the same thing like where I'm at in Vegas. I own my own condo in Vegas, and there's a couple of black people that own their condo in this complex. And the way these black people over here that actually own something, that have property, respond, they don't want to defund the police because they have property to protect. And this goes to my point that I wanted to chime in about to Truth As You Know It. You have to understand that you don't own the police. So their job is to protect people's properties and businesses. They're not there to necessarily protect the black community as a whole. They're there to protect property and businesses because those are the people that put the money in their pockets primarily. And this is why I was saying, if you have a problem with the police, you should build your own police force and put your money behind it. But
it's very interesting coming from a government worker.
You can't complain about what the cops are doing when, first of all, you got people in our community that don't want to change up their flow. They want
That's not my argument, though. See, you're twisting up my argument, brother. I'm not. That's not.
No, I didn't twist up your argument. You heard everything that you were saying on here. I heard you.
That's not what I said. I said I was pro-police. I said we need the police, and I support police officers.
You need to understand that the police forces of America, most of them are not funded directly by the communities that they police, bro. They just aren't, especially when it comes to our community. It's not funded by us. So therefore, their interests are not going to be pro us technically. They're going to just do what they have to do to suppress the crime. A police officer's job is not to fix what's going on in the mind of a dude that's beating his wife. He's just there to stop it. Okay, there's other entities
you're totally mischaracterizing everything that I've said. I think it went over your head.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. If a dude is beating his wife and he has problems with anger or whatever it is, he has to get that help from somebody else. He can't get it from the police officer. The police officer just getting called in so that woman doesn't end up dead, or a crack addict, or a gangbanger. Those are social problems that a cop doesn't directly fix, but prevents the violence behind it. That's why he's there. That's why he got called there. If a gangbanger is robbing somebody, whatever, trying to get money at them, and if someone calls the cops are showing up, for one, to make sure that person doesn't lose their property or whatever, their money, and to also make sure nobody ends up dead or hurt. That's why he's responding to that call. He's not responding to that call because he's trying to fix the gangbanger and get him out of a gang. That's not his job.
You don't understand prisons and jail. That's the key. You guys don't understand the prisons and jail system. You don't understand how it was built. You don't understand how it's been politicized. This is the overarching message that I'm trying to convey.
I think you don't understand.
No, I do understand. That's what I'm trying to do.
See, but
what are we gonna do with the? Hold on, wait. So let me ask this question, Bernard. So truth is, I know it. How many black prisoners are unjustly in prison right now?
I don't know. I don't know that number.
Okay, so if you don't know, why are you making it like it's a big issue and a big problem?
I mean, I just explained it earlier.
No, you didn't. Again, no. I asked you the most important question. Hold on. I asked you a very important question, brother.
Because black men.
I'll make it easier for you.
Roughly 1 in 10.
I will make it easier for you.
In the world.
Are the majority of black men
in there on that?
Oh my fucking God. Bruh, can you shut the hell up and let somebody else talk? I'm asking you a question. I'm gonna make it easier on you. Bruh, you don't know shit. Okay, you shut the fuck up and let somebody else ask the question.
No, I can't shut the fuck up.
Again, you can shut the fuck up. I mean, again, nigga, you here because of me. Nobody's here because of you.
We all agree on the 1 in 10. Now go ahead, Fantastic.
So like I was fucking saying, do you think the majority of black men that are locked up unjustly?
Oh, my bad. Oh no, you unmuted. Go ahead, Truth.
What's the question?
Are the majority of black men that are locked up unjustly?
Well, it depends what you mean by unjustly. Are black men in jail for committing crimes? Yes.
Bro, are they in? Let me help you out. So let me help you out, bro. You don't go in a long diatribe. Let me explain it for you. Bro, you keep doing bullshit, bro. Let me make it easy for you. Are the majority of black men in jail or in prison for crimes they didn't commit? Are the majority of black men in prison for crimes they did not commit?
All right.
Are the majority of black men in prison for crimes they didn't commit?
And then you look at it and go, oh no, that's normal.
I'm asking you a fucking question. You keep fucking talking around. Are the majority of black men in the fucking prison for crimes they did not commit?
He won't answer.
If I answer, you're just going to interrupt me, Fantastic.
You're not going to
answer. You're going to start screaming and yelling and making
bro, you're a clown. Get him out of here.
You're sweating.
Can I go?
You're a clown.
See, because the problem is when you have interlocking systems that push black men towards the bottom, into poverty, into crime. And
poverty does not equal crime.
Oh my God! Yes, there's a strong correlation between.
Strong correlation. So, like I said, poverty does not equal crime. I grew up poor. The majority of people in the country grow up poor. Hold on, no. Let me kill your
common sense.
Do you know the amount of people? Hold on.
You're just ignorant.
No, you're ignorant. Again, bro, you're the one who keeps throwing these weak ass jabs. You need to shut the hell up.
All right, we about to go to.
No, this is what's. Hold on, no. Let me say this again. Nigga, I'm the guest here, not you. Stop trying to get up here, nigga. That's why nobody wants to hear you, Otis. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking. Now, first off, you can look at the poverty level. You can look at the poverty level. You can look at the poverty level. You can look at the poverty level of the country in whole. The poverty level of the entire fucking country does not match up with the amount of people that are in jail. You fucking idiot. Okay? So that proves my point right there. The amount of people that are impoverished below the fucking poverty level in this country, bro, does not motherfucking equal or equate to the fucking the jail level, man. Again, niggas gotta stop making this excuse.
You don't want nothing fucking change. You want excuses for ain't shit niggas, bro.
No
A lot of us grow up poor or lower middle class. A lot of us grow up quote unquote
and then you're
poor.
screaming and yelling and sweating.
Again, bruh. Did you grow up poor, brother?
I did.
Are you talking to me from a prison cell? All right, Bernard. Let me ask you, Bernard. Did you grow up poor? Did you grow up poor, Bernard, or lower middle class?
But did I see all around me?
He asked me a question.
Truth.
Come on, man. He asked me a question, and then you started talking. To answer your question, Fantastic.
No, you don't want me talking. Okay, I got it.
No, he literally asked me a question. I'm not.
Now you gonna feel like a hurt girl, but anyway, it's your show, Bernard. You ain't got to explain none of this, nigga.
Like, come on, man. Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, up until about probably middle school,
niggas and all this being disrespectful.
Yeah,
you are interrupting.
Okay, here we go.
You interrupting the host right now. Like, come on, man. To answer your question, that yes, for a large part of my childhood, we probably got middle class by the time I was about in middle school when my mom got remarried or got married, I should say. So yeah.
Okay, so Mike R, brother, did you grow up lower middle class or poor?
I was born in 1984 in Queensbridge Projects. I'm from one of the worst neighborhoods in New York at that time.
Are you in prison, brother?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever been to prison, brother?
No, I have not.
Okay, cool. Anybody else on the panel that was born up of poor and you're in prison? I know this is anecdotal, but again, what you get to do, man, you take.
That's a dumb argument.
It's not a dumb argument. Again, bro, I grew up poor, bro. I've never seen a fucking prison cell, bro. Never, and don't plan on it. It's not gonna change after my 30s. I just made you look stupid with a stupid argument, but it's cool.
All right.
Run away. By the way, he ran. For the record, yeah, I know.
All right, JJ, thank you for that super chat. He said they should drop all these women and out of shape cops down in the neighborhood watch and keep the best cops on the force and pay them real money. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Buck Dodger in the building. Buck Dodgers 1906 says, Brother Faulkner, didn't the Baltimore police pull back on year and the murder rate skyrocketed or something? Yeah, I think you already touched on that.
Of course. That's the point. Like when you do not allocate the police to do their job properly, and you're listening to public opinion instead of what needs to be working, you're gonna get major rates in crime. Like, for example, my first 5 years, you barely heard of a carjacking. When they really pulled us back, you start noticing teenagers carjacking and actually having carjacking rings. So instead of allocating us to say, you know what, where's this shit starting from and stemming? Well, we need the Care Bear community to come in and, hey, we need you to be kinder, gentler, and it's not saying you got to be rude. Let's get that one thing straight. You got to be fair, impartial, and balanced. But when you're not allowed to actually confront criminals at their level, where they are, it's gonna explode, and they're seeing that shit now.
All right, Kid Styles, thank you for your patience. You've been waiting for a while, so I'm going to definitely get you in here. DeSuvius sent a $20 super chat that came off the board. I can't even click on it and highlight it, but I can still see it right here. He says white supremacy is the very foundation the country was built on, so it's always going to be at the source. Granted, it's not the only issue. It's not the only issue because us as a people are not on code. What strategy would you implement to unify? Thank you for that $20 super chat. Appreciate it.
I want 150,000. So we can set out of court right now for $20. Man, get your.
I thank you for that. And we got my man Cannon Wiles in the building. Says support and back the blue. Let's send social workers to a shootout to fund Popeyes and McDonald's. Those are the number one killers in the hood. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Kid Styles, go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Yeah,
and then Pablo, you got next. You got to make sure you got next, Pablo. But go ahead.
Once again, 2 days in a row, 2 straight commie niggas. I had to run one off yesterday, and it's just everything they can do to make excuses for black folks who ain't doing right, to say that you a coon, you a sellout. They have the same arguments. It's the same rigmarole every day. Same old shit, different day. Like, look, you can look at LA. They're allowing people to steal up to like what? Anybody heard about this? You can steal up to like $800 in property without going to jail. So they just allow people to ransack the city, and people are leaving LA in droves.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. You're allowed to like steal up to like $700 in like merchandise out of store. I'm not lying.
This place is going to hell. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's why. Look, and people are running from LA. They're running from California in droves because there's no law and order. Homeless people are running all over the place. Look, I'm all for like smaller government, but at the end of the day, you need law and order because I don't think the dudes in the military are fantastic. Y'all gotta explain, like whoever's been overseas, what anarchy and like lawlessness in third world countries look like. I don't think people really understand how privileged they actually are, black, white, or indifferent. In this country, you are mostly safe. There are countries where you are not safe. They give you warnings. Hey, don't go over there. Don't go in this pocket. It ain't gonna end well for you. It's not safe. And like, I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I say, look, give them the anarchy they want. Take the cops out of them, pull out, don't go there. Because these same people talking about how much they hate the police, they call the police. They're the first ones to call the police. Because they know in their heart of hearts that these niggas out here are dangerous.
Yeah, before I pass to Pablo, I'll say this. I was listening to a conversation. Actually, it was a YouTuber. I forgot who it was. He was saying that he was talking to, it was a girl he was dating. He was talking to her, and they was watching something on TV in some third world country where a bunch of anarchy was happening, and some people was getting all messed up. I forgot the messy details of it, but he said the girl who he was watching it with was like, I don't understand. Why won't they just call the police? And he was explaining to her, it's a third world country. It doesn't just work like that, where they just got people on call to come clean up that mess. The people are left to fend for themselves in situations when it get really out of control like that. But she just didn't understand. And I hate when men in the States are having this conversation, and I'm not even trying to take a shot at Truth and say this is where Truth was going with it, but sometimes it seems as if some men are not understanding the degree in which things would be different if we're talking about the police not being on call. This whole system of government that okay, I am talking about Truth now, that he basically said that's the slave master. Without government in a functioning the way that it do in a civilized, westernized world, no, we be in a third world country. I mean, it's like I don't. I'm sorry.
Anybody
What?
see that movie? The African movie with Idris Elba, Beast of No Nation, or something like that. I watched it with my father, and like you just see, like that's a movie, but that happens in real life where they're just going through villages and killing everybody in the villages, raping the women. Like, bro, this is real. Like in certain countries, you want to know why they don't have any prisoners? Because they killed them. They ain't no prisoners. Ain't no going to jail. They take you to the little tower with no windows and they pop you, and that's it. You step on a line in Russia, they pop you. Ain't no going to jail. Ain't no prison. Ain't no getting out. You dead. You in the dirt. Fantastic. Back me up. Remember last year when you did that news story that lasted for 5 minutes on that Nigerian police force in SARS, and how they were just clipping niggas in the street, leaving them in the middle of the street.
Yeah, and remember all the because we was talking about that. All the pro-blacks and back to Africa shut the hell up on that. They were mighty silent, and the people were in SARS, and I don't know if they have a president or they have a prime minister, whichever one they have, pretty much came out and it was like, hey, everything's fine, nothing's going on here. You know what I mean? Don't look behind the curtain. So yeah, man, like you said, people love it, and this is all I gotta say, man. Listen, I'm saying this as respectfully as I possibly can. Listen, bro. If you don't like it here, just migrate or transplant somewhere else. I mean, and see how you like it there. Again, it's a lot of, and unfortunately, rest in peace to the brother that just recently got killed in Colombia. He was one of the travel brothers, man, that was down there, and they were saying they killed this man, for whatever reasons. It's conflicting stories. They put out that it was like for a piece of jewelry, but other people are saying, hey, man, this man was just hit gangland style. For no apparent reason. There's nothing really behind it. So again, bro, this is what people, it happen in the States? Yes, but the probability of it happening in the States versus it happening fucking in another country, bro, are skyrocketing, bro. Listen, if you're not a person that's out here in the street and on this fucking bullshit, this man, unless he was, doing some, below board things that we didn't know about, maybe he was, and I don't want to speak on it, I don't know, but, unless he was doing something unsavory, this was just a random dude targeted for being, a non-regular and being successful, and he was popped in the streets. What's your chances of that in America versus going to a foreign country and nothing being done about it?
Right. All right. We're going to Pablo. Go ahead, Pablo. You got the floor. You got the mic. Thanks for your patience. You've been trying to get back in.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
So to truth, I want to speak to Truth's point and then to Fantastic's point. So with Truth, one of the problems that a lot of law enforcement officers have to deal with right now is they get so many calls for services that have nothing to do with crime or law enforcement. Every kind of social fucking problem you can think of, officers are getting called out on, wasting their time, getting them involved in crap that has nothing to do with them. If they could be relieved of that, then that would be great. To Fantastic's point, there are lots of countries with more poverty than the United States of America with lower violent crime rates and lower crime rates overall. So we do have some cultural damn problems that got to be fixed, especially in these black neighborhoods, these predominantly black neighborhoods. There's a lot of man, people just running wild. Like, what in the fuck is a damn teenager doing out, at 12 and 13 years old at 2 and 3 in the morning? Why was that? Nobody asked the question. Why was that girl with the knife not in foster care and not living with her real actual family? Don't nobody want to answer these questions. They don't want to say nothing about that. They failed her, not the cops.
And that's why I said the police that's not their job to correct the behind the scenes of why the crime is going on. They're just there to stop it. There's other entities like the social workers and the paramedics. They deal with, why someone's on drugs or whatever their social problems are. That's a different entity that comes in and deals with people's personal problems. It's not the cops. People think the cops correct people's behavior. They don't. They correct crime. They curb crime. That's their job. That's what they're for. So if you have a problem with the police force, get your money together, get your community people together, or whoever the fuck you want to call, Al Sharpton, whatever, and build your own fucking police force. If that's what you want to do. I live here in Nevada. It's an open state, carry. I got a gun. So I ain't worried about that. But if you want to get yourself a police force or whatever, you tired of whatever, you don't like white cops policing your community, fine. Go and build one. Go and build one from scratch. Y'all always talking about building, right? You don't build nothing. You don't own nothing. Take your damn money and put your money where your mouth is. Go hire some people. Go train your own people and put your own police force out there. Period.
But that requires hard work, true grit, determination, and we all know commie niggas hate work.
I know.
Well. Furthermore, like you said, bro. Listen, man. Anytime you're talking about black people taking their money and again doing the right thing, seeing the bigger picture, it's going to have to be a cultural shift as to where people put the importance of again law and order, okay, authority, hierarchy. This is something that black people aren't cool with again because why? We're raised by women, bro. Women don't believe in authority. Ain't nobody gonna tell me. Only God can judge me and all this fuck shit and bullshit. And this is why a lot of dudes end up getting entanglements with the fucking law enforcement. Again, ignorance of the law is no excuse for breaking the law. Okay. And to the point of where Pablo was talking about earlier, listen, it's cool and fine to make these suggestions about public servants and, psychologists and psychiatrists and family. Look, bro, what are those people going to do when that person having a fucking episode? I can't remember the brother's name, like the brother that was in Philadelphia, right? And he's got a fucking knife. Do you think that fucking psychiatrist or the social worker or whatever is going to approach somebody with a deadly weapon and talk, oh, calm down now. Okay, we're going to get you your medication. Now you're putting public servants, those public servants that are unarmed, at risk. You know what I'm saying? I know someone that was working in the Department of Children and Families, you know, social workers for kids, right? And again, bro, you know how many times they have to call the police because of people being aggressive and violent, or even some situations where they've saved children from sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? So again, bro, this idea that you can just take the police out of the situation and put untrained civilians with no weapons, no self-defense whatsoever in a fucking situation as to where you just gonna sacrifice them, and then the police gonna have to be called anyway. That's why this makes no sense. This is why all defund the police shit is dumb as fuck. It's dumb. Okay.
Fantastic. Those weren't, those situations you just named. That's not what I'm talking about. Those are actual crimes. When you're talking about somebody has a knife and they're threatening others, no, those aren't the situations I'm talking about.
Still, but Pablo, even without the knife, even without the knife, Pablo, even without a knife or a deadly weapon, again, you're putting that person in harm's way because this person wants to get physical. Okay, if this person wants to get physical with the public servant or whatnot, it don't matter. Weapon or no weapon, still, the police are trained for that. The police sign up for the job of, hey, if it goes down and I have to put my body, my actual life at risk, hey, I'm willing to do it. Okay, in protection of the fucking public and the safety of the other people. Okay, a fucking public servant, a social worker, a psychiatrist, a therapist, or whoever the fuck, bro, they don't have that training. And I promise you, no, as much as they may talk this shit, if you tell them, okay, so what are you going to do when a person gets violent? Well, I don't know about that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Bro, they're not trained for it. They don't want that. That's why fucking psychiatrists and therapists and all these people work in a nice, comfy office with fucking AC. And if you got to go to somebody's house or whatnot, what have you, and it looks shady at all, they're going to call for fucking police support. So can we stop the bullshit, man? Just for real.
All right. Melody in the building with the $5 super chat. She says, syrup sandwich really is syrup sandwich really a thing?
Hell yeah, syrup sandwich a real thing.
Melody, if you black, you know damn well you know what a syrup sandwich is.
That's a southern thing, Bernard. She from up north somewhere. She from like New York.
I'm from Michigan, so and I know I'd had a damn syrup sandwich. She capping. Number 16 says a big problem with these other countries is the extreme level of poverty, but I forgot poverty does not increase crime.
It doesn't.
It don't. Bro, I'm telling you, it doesn't. Poverty does not. That's an excuse being used, man. Just because a place is impoverished, again, people use that as an excuse to commit crimes, man. You have people, like I said, the crime rate. I just looked at it. The national poverty rate is like what last year was 9.2%. Okay, and when you fucking correlate that to the amount of people that are committing crimes and all these other things, bro, that's the excuse motherfuckers use for not just for being a reason to fucking go out here and do dumb shit, especially violent crime. Okay, explain to me this. I can understand if you had more property crime, right? But how do you explain fucking things like even, you know, sexual assault being higher? What does that have to do with poverty? What does sexual assault have to do with poverty? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. So that's what I'm saying.
I thought the reason why when you go outside the country, the crime rates are lower, even though there are very poor people out there, is because number one, the government and the actual
they don't track it. They don't track it the same way.
Well, not just that. And this is a point that I made to one of the YSBS guys, because they were trying to say, well, crime over there. I'm like, bruh, first of all, Colombians control Colombia. You know, Mexicans control Mexicans. The people that are being there are policed by their own people. We are not policed by our own people. You get what I'm saying? America is a mixed bag. The police force is a mixed bag. And then the money is backed by the corporations and the companies who fund it. So when they respond to certain things, again, they respond to protecting properties and businesses, not your neighborhood, not your race. They don't respond to protecting your race. They respond because someone made a call because they're getting hit over the head and they want them to stop. That's why they respond. They don't respond to your race.
Let me give you an example. Afro-Colombians are among the poorest of their country's people, and they are almost never on the nightly news committing crimes. Almost never, because they kind of keep to themselves. They don't engage in certain bullshit. They kind of go their own way, so to speak. They're not involved in a lot of fuck shit. Here, I don't know what it is, but Negroes need to be involved in every damn thing. All types of manner of bullshit that I don't understand. So, and I actually told somebody in one of the travel groups, he was like, oh, Afro-Colombians, they're not on the TV shows and this and that and the other. I said, brother, that's a good damn thing. I said, because every time I turn on my TV, I got some damn mumble rapper doing some fuck shit. And guess what happens? Other motherfuckers want to go out and try to emulate that person in some fuckery. They on Real Housewives throwing glasses and fighting and doing all kinds of shit. We're in the media and we're in it for all the wrong fucking reasons. So if Afro-Colombians can live down there and be quiet and stay out of the bullshit, why can't we?
Gerald Johnson in the building with the super chat. He says one of the biggest variables in policy, we have politicians passing feel-good laws that limit police and citizens, which always benefits criminals. Yeah, like the gun laws. They just it don't stop criminals. A lot of I get exactly where you're coming with that.
Bernard, you know who doesn't follow laws?
Goddamn criminals. Yeah.
Outlaws.
Exactly. Exactly. Morgan Freeman in the building says, salute. Morgan Freeman is halfway through reading the classic book, So On and So Forth by Mr. Fantastic. And inside was a Kevin Brown rookie card. Not amazing. Like it's a inside joke going on there. Shout out to Morgan Freeman. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Fatal Dose, the sage in the building. He says syrup does not beat a brown sugar sandwich. Oh, I never had one of those. I have had a syrup sandwich before. But all right, we've went round in about 3 hours and damn near 30 minutes. So we about to wrap this bad boy on up. Fantastic, man. Are you going live, Fantastic? You on mute? You on mute, Fantastic? You still on mute.
Hey, I'm gonna punch out of here, brothers. I appreciate it. Thanks, Bernard.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate you. Fantastic. We still can't hear you.
Oh, I was on the phone, bro. My bad. You asked me a question.
Oh yeah. See, yeah, I was saying we wrapping up and we about to go to you for go ahead and get your final words on the day. And I was asking you, was you going live later on today?
Yeah. I got something scheduled, but he ain't got back to me. So I'm supposed to be having a special guest today, but he ain't got back to me. So it depends. Either way, if I don't do that one, I'll still be doing one later. So either way. But man, greatly appreciate it.
Take us home.
Yeah, greatly appreciate it, Bernard, as always, man. Again, like I said, shout out to Charles Faulkner. Listen, bro, iron sharpens iron. It is what it is. We may not agree on everything, but there's some things we definitely agree upon. Listen, bro, defunding the police is just not the answer. Can you take the current police you have and give them better training and all these different things? Yes, but reduction in police does result in an increase in crime. Look at Minneapolis. Look at Portland. Look at any of these people where you have these autonomous zones setting up. Shout out to New York City right now that's going through this bullshit. Okay. This is a much bigger picture, as much as the stuff that Truth was talking about from the government standpoint. This is part of the commune nigga plan. Okay, people. Again, the less police you have, the more you have for anarchy and chaos and other things to take over, an excuse for it to be ran by actual police state and martial law to be put forward. I know that's a little early day before 10-4 Tuesday, but if you know what's going on, that's what's really going on. Shout out to T-Rose 357. My YouTube channel is Mr Fantastic824. That is me on the BABG. But again, man, like I said, it was a decent discussion today. I wish I would have had a little bit more pushback with some type of data or stats or anything to refute what I said, because I came with it was what it was. But greatly appreciate you, brother, as always, man, and can't wait to do it again.
All right, right on. Y'all make sure if y'all not sub to Fantastic, make sure y'all go do that right now. The link is in the chat. Make sure y'all go sub to him. And with that said, oh shit, hold on. I had a sneeze that was trying to come but didn't come. All right. Anyway, we up out of here, y'all. We up out of here. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the show today. Everybody who super chatted, cash app, like, share, subscribe, did anything to participate in today's show. I greatly appreciate you. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace.